obi bi achi emo obi akwa ba enfamra Central Sports Arena o Costa TV Facebook Samsung na YouTube ye live on who feel so TV no say digital na waskane channel 514 and so ye live and so on Facebook no so ba ko wo set box ni ukwa na wa Costa TV kikuzi na wa like wa share na wa like na wo da comment so dey ato wo ye be kan come and so e dey amount and ya wada 3rd of July 2025 iti ye kwanim na ye de ya kan ga kakaka enso edi abrem e wa ha ene ye be di kan e de amano ne nsem no edi abrem ye wi a na ya hwe afisem ne kakra no ne nsem no ye transfers na ana etwagu enso e ho sanso ana ya me admo china di wura Saturday club world cup no enso e be koso enso e ho na anopei yaba studio e bo be no wotwe e de bani nyina no yante asemde football people no yante asemde ni nyina ne se Liverpool boboko no ade atomani ni nyina ne se o ma branch a ne din edi Diogo Jota one eye ni nua ketwa Andrew Jota aropeya accident enso esi ewo eye Spain mining na last 2 weeks ya ana branch no eye wedding na ene anopeyi sasemwi ana yeti enso nti yambishi eye abranche no onu na busa fo na ye momo eye yefo condolence message ya fa momo eni Liverpool nyame enka mo na on show mo nyina ade enso any other clubs in Spain national team enso edi eye omu message enso enyaba etisa ana etimdia the Collins afane afisem no Kevin Osei SB akasa edi afa how to folk eye omu team no ho ekwan omu fa so esi erani team na ne kotoko sanso ana wakasa kakra de afa eye presidential cup eba beko so nyame amma Sunday no wakasa kakra edi afa on Sunday jara enso akasa yede no wonsem edi eba any other issues ana yakabom na women's AFCON no eye trophy no endra ana mo veli ye enti yede wonsem yede be show trophy no enso ama be efe pa na yakam nse bebiri enso ewa ha any other issues ana yakabom ana yedi ebrem enso ewa ha no enti tam tuku na yemfambrem ene minimia FKK enso abekansa matwena mabre ene die abrumai puma kwan aha buma abrumai no yi puma no kwan mo ana waba sanso na ene namek enso ewa ha ti eno no metwa mo sima me ba na yahwe ensem mu gakra edi awo me ba
Mantumwa or TV stations baby ho want to say Ubia Momos no Costa TV. Yamia Yadum Costa TV so you could digital. Naturally Bibi Ubia Utumashe. In Sambia Bede TV was Baba, in Chichimbia here we also was Baba, and in G Sambiasa Umawaswati, now so to me there, Obo you know was Amon. Seba Costa TV now baby Papa Ubia on Godo Ponche Costa TV.
Where ni nonjo
se eba oye gwe mantumwa wo TV stations baby ho want to say Ubia Momos no Costa TV. Yamia Yadum Costa TV so you could digital. Naturally Bibi Ubia Utumashe. In Sambia Bede TV was Baba, in Chichimbia here we also was Baba, and in G Sambiasa Umawaswati, now so to me there, Obo you know was Amon. Seba Costa TV now baby Papa Ubia on Godo Ponche Costa TV.
where ni nonjo
Se eba oye gwe mantumwa wo TV stations
we see can tell you Coastal TV is now on digital. Catch it on 514. Watch Coastal TV.
Okay, yes, I'm over there probably my family Coastal TV, Cape Coast, Central Sports Arena, and there you are there na yedi and one seminal. Edi Bremo, Ewa Hanum. Na, you better see the Amazon Semica clearly. Eddie go at the moment, I have been as far a Jugo Doctor. Father to TV Suma, meaning won't come out, and I'm a pay. Anna, if you told us a branch, and so any new Yatua, and then Quem, Omo Echo, and Munam Spinner, Omo Jew, many holidays, India. Anna, yet say a branch, any new accident, and so Essie, and so the moment now, last 2 weeks. Anna Branton a wedding or warren and wife. Na for separate and mammy. Na minu come out. Ha, any and that's super fair. Ukura a year and Kuramian son. Na new general Nabaku a ball and a corn. In Tisa and a tear and so a honoma. Yet they and once a tea about for picture a year cardon. Accident this year no. For picture no effort to so. The choir fast one. A year and ha cannon and that's on the beer. It's yet tia funnel. And yes, and easy. Liverpool for any other football people, no, and so and Shedley and Famaya, you dear one seven. And the Mamma Enzo Maresca, head Chelsea head coach now. Wakasaka or say, Yamina Adma season year able to be obeying 22 or 23 players. I know Omubaya Kuma the whole of the season. Now, also 22 and not 23 players and also a move 8 and 9. Attackers and Kwa, and will do mobile. Oma Kanjana, more forward, and they question on me, and also in Sanga Cra, coaching and said to the Mamma Siro Immobili. Not meaning home come out. I read to no Sinaka and Malazu Bobokono, now a captain, Waji, a year, Toscara, and so a year, Syria, and Muda, Yamatin said Bologna, and so was signing a contract at the moment 1 year, and so at the moment, or Italian, when you buy, and also in Sanga Cra, if you are not chosen for. And so I could reach out one. Anna almost say a branch I detain, and so Eddie Sumala, and your Kulibali, Omodomania Chimo, Benis Fanato Sumame. Now, Yamitis as a Chelsea for 20 years, almost so many new called Strasbourg, no Akako, or 21 years of age, Anna or and so yeah, dear one summer, and so Eddie, Mamma Danzo, don't fresh. Now, over a Inter Milan, I was in a kind. Yamitis said Barcelona for show interest. I will not venture no equal release closer a 25 million euros in the interferences open the year and over now I will 25 million euros no now also for branching and so adding the conforming Ghana this year Mohammed Kudus Fanamame now we didn't come out yeah I want to say things will be about branching no Chelsea for neighbor Arsenal for no Monsa Sanso Anna Liverpool any other host of clubs in and so a pen of Tottenham now, the amount is a total of only £50 million. And they are called and now pay. I'm a total of a Western Fona Bustana Parking is Omonji, Omaka 80 plus, and Omoji, Sassiano, and Mubaria Oba, Omo Enso, Ebechi, Honoma, Yedi, and one several. And to Janagana, a branch of a from the Kamadi Suleiman, Obesina kind of Masaramton, just ended the season, you know, and a boy and a Omo. Now, branch ended in Nachemo, Atalanta. Now, last week, everybody remember count if you say, Jamaican to say, or Atlanta, or the OCA, I know, Emergy, and a branch and yet Monicas, Edema Atlanta, Aurora training grounds. Now, I'm a pay a branch and a casa, or say, or no, or Barbie give you the best, and so Edema Atlanta will go on Yanko. Now, Yentin Sama Kama G. Suleiman after no value, no, and Sama Okai.
Hi, it's Kamadin Suleimana here. I'm very happy to be here and I'm proud to be here. Just wanted to say thank you to the Atalanta fans and the club for welcoming me here. It's a real pleasure to be here and I can't wait to get started. Forza Atalanta. I just had a tour at the training center and I can say it's a big facility, a lot of stuff to do here and I can't wait to get started. I'm very happy to start my new adventure here. So far I like everything I see and I'll give all my best to the club, always waiting for the shirt.
And some I come out Suleiman after or medical year or more a unit on some for 18 come out. And so I have already at Atlanta next season. Muma Yamsha come out Suleiman. And so on a Brighton and Hope I'm coach. I Fabian Hustler, Wakasa Kra, or say, Nemrantiano, I say Obekipu, a year Omo Macano, the best player. enso wo team no na João Pedro kwade a o mata no Caro Mitoma omunyina o gide se omunyina enso ebeka no team no ne setup a nyame aba next season o hye edawra next season league EPL no no yentie esema Fabian Hozra enso ekan
try to keep our best players, and I think Mitoma played a great last season, but it's only because we as a club we work together. Then you can shine as individuals, and that's I think the most important. All the players try to understand that, and Mitoma understood it the last season, and I'm really looking forward to see him back tomorrow, and that's the plan. We're looking forward to work with him, to continue working with him, to try to improve him, because I still think that his limit is not reached yet, and that's our job, his job. It's a job of all in the club to get the best potential out of the players, and that's what we're trying to looking for in the pre-season. So I'm sure that he will be an important part for us.
Okay, way and some are Brighton and Home Money Taro. I have Fabian Hosler and Swedi to Dana João Pedro. Ekopiem no Chelsea oye America CBA ya nye enra okopiem training grounds na okodu ono yanhwe ekwan a ofa so a team no fa so welcome no odikan Asia head coach Enzo Maresca ana ochia no owura training grounds owie na ochichia players yintwe video no kakra
Tomorrow we're gonna make it.
Okay, ene kakra eno so esi João Pedro na owie no on say players ne dey aya new players ba ana say player okona kwaji trophy di ma national team na ba na o magina side by side na wo wura fifi no o ma potire ho na sa eye de o mo ye no João Pedro ba eno no mo de work am no ye hwe de Chelsea for no players no e dey and some kakra no I got so our Chelsea training grounds ya dey want some no e na Pogba on say okofa ubone na oso no do no nim eduo no nim de onoma ebe ye no na onum ye no ana FIFA any UEFA omo bande no say omo emane bobo piem omo di years edi ma no na eno ana omo te so ebe 18 months ne abrante no enya ni freedom osi o sign contract that ma AS Monaco na yene di kobo ana osi ono bibia de ye de say omo won in China no e mo no mo ben no especially ne wife omo nyina asem na ba omo nyina omo twemu edi firu ye ko ni ti popo ba ono a nanu masema okan
realize what's life, because he's not Paul Pogba, the famous guy, the player and everything, because people were avoiding me. The worst thing it was even my wife, you understand? So for stuff like people used to invite me, I give you an example, of the fashion week or other kind of stuff like that, events, and now they're like, oh no, we cannot use Pogba, you understand? So that was a good sit back, and wow, life is like that. My phone wasn't ringing the way it was ringing the day I've received the good news, you know. And I'm totally fine with this. Life is really like that. You know, when take something out of, you know, you take something out, that's something that you love, you realize how much you love it and you appreciate it.
and some kakra Pogba and so eka dia wan sem no e dia bana fa aya FIFA Club World Cup no quarter final no matches no fa to so me na ye hu komo na ye hwe ade koso enso ono na eya na do baby agro ni de aye hu na otakra FIFA Club World Cup no to so e fa me na ye hu komo na yɛhwɛ bia ɛyɛ Chelsea ɛne Palmeiras ɛbɛbɔ sanso ana ɛyɛ Fluminense ɛnso ɛbɛbɔ ɛde etia Al-Hilal enti ɛno yɛ Chelsea for ne side no na over the other side na PSG ɛne Bayern Munich ɛbɛbɔ na Borussia Dortmund ɛne Real Madrid enti game way no ɛnya asɛm kutu ade aside no emu ɔde paa ɛwɔ no emu ɔde papa na baabi a Chelsea nam no Opta ɛde aba fa Opta deɛ no to so na me na yɛdi mu nkɔmɔ kakra na deɛ Opta for ne kyerɛ ne sɛ according to omo ɛtena ase nkɔmɔ omo di ɛnie quarter final no omo sɛ Chelsea ɛbɛdu semi final possibility sɛ ɔbɛdu semi final no ɛyɛ 74.8%. Odu final ɛyɛ 57.9. Na final no ɔgye a ɛyɛ 26.8. Enti saa no ahyehyɛ no nti ɛyɛ in order. Aha, enti saa na tie na sɛ deɛ ɔka no kyerɛ sɛ deɛ that TV no so sɛ PSG and Chelsea ɛna possibility sɛ ɔmo kɔ final. Enti saa ana ɛtie ɛnso ɛwɔ enti tɛdɛ Real Madrid hyɛ Dortmund koraa na ɛyɛ dan a Bayern Munich PSG obehyia baako eti saa ana ɔtafo no ɛnso ɛka ɛde akyerɛ ti so ɔba Facebook abla na ɔba na wakɔ send box nim na wasearch Coastal TV Tekos na wa share no wa like no we dey comment ɛde to yɛbɛka ne kama ɛnso ɛde amamu eduma de kan ba fine a yɛde ɔmo message no ɛnso ɛde ɛbɛbrɛ mo ɛnso ɛwɔ ha Frederick Kansa ɛyɛ Frederick Kwabena Kusi FKK but channels first no 4 eyes or ha it will be come Africa Paba. Yeah, say we are okay. You guys fine. Actually, Namika Paba.
Yeah.
See, no, you knew come in Africa.
Yes, I will share for you. I never want to say, I made us to say what to suffer and 7 partner. I enable me to make it. I think so. There are a lot of stories and and more then I will want to switch him until Mesha said you're free. Diego Jota, many sure said no, I call Dama Diachin, Rebecca said, you better say mercy. And so, I mean, Oba Kruma, and I'm a Kangana. You're handful for no, and I'm a deal mochino, Mudumedio Mudipa, and so Momusai, no Musaya. Omo keka nsem bebre misua yiwe de duru ho a omo minim no mo bie mu kan kase pa yare ene owuo sanse owuo de Nyankopon abo akan ho but ade ba ko ni pasuru pa nso ni owuo tama de ba wunim ene ka se ekwan so abefa so akono eno so ya de a obi a enhyeda enim and age 28 there Obeka se oba ikroma obeka se ready enye obi ase ni age ni ko nanim saa
kroma nke atwara bu poster no
what a shock aha nti Nyankopon bra yeah Nyankopon bra de ma over 70 so ati ase na say abro so kra e bia 80 aha e konti di 80 plus e ko 90 na say utimi say won so we di nchena chepa nti ara wo say menye so say Liverpool for no no be dadwen wo hwe mu team na mu a Ancelotti by na Ancelotti by no obe make do with that squad Jurgen Klopp ejato honom sanse oba ni fresh interview ya de ba ko a significantly okaye isi so ye the fact say wa ba adopt quality side squad no quality ne was so ntinya dia obepese obe make a lot of changes so at asenti no wan sheda mfa sa anka team no obi ama behim eno ano de adwuma so people started raising no nka ho ye ka team na ankasa or by there personally he came but team na ankasa omo boy last season for the whole competitions no now sheda enka ho team ye sure say otimase ho enti asa odi omo eyewie no na wo hihye team na o di ebibimba hihye no enim ho no o hwe ho ba wan hwe o kese okofa Florent by vet de obi anim so ye attacking midfielder ye ka attacking midfielder so no se dia otimi bo infin ho o ka se deep obeba depending on the opposite ye nti bi Dominic Szoboszlai die ni bi or a central midfielder e be aggressively and as aggression on fast and what in my bad yem fabo nim ko animu yem ko create chances ya so yem bo long range short range baby a person ombo bia na obebo nti oye that type of a player oye eye for goal tini dia ne se de bi opese o attack nti on shada nka se oye striker but nenim honom no already owo Mo Salah or man goes or a winger obeko the left side Luis Diaz as obeko asonko ono so Kodi Gakpo and so say another chapa okaza obebo false nine and enu okunu kra okaso onko left wings no so odum so wa bo wobobo ni ye intini center forward the power ho abeka no asempa no Diogo Jota ono ni primary duty and I say ni trademark ni main position center forward as a striker no bebo or other positions obo left wing right wing it is also Liverpool team will be a center forward by trade Diogo Jota we free mu so it means say enforce Liverpool say also Musa Kudwama so na mo kofo obi wo ye no ni frame no na mo famba mesho so in their history omonya Ian Rush Robbie Fowler Michael Owen Bobo just to mention a few Fernando Torres Daniel Sturridge so atiase and so Usha Liverpool was history no behind them in their team no and then also munya sa big center forward no in as much as wingers no be man goes no omo decide nyina be manti I think say a big sky kutwan kese pa na ababeda Liverpool boboko no say Isaac de abone da ho nti opa no akotu almost 120 echo 120 nye euros so pounds 120 million pounds nti uhwe an slot ne ball na obona yehu say the first season one rely and I say overly one fan of one to center forward so is answer na Mo Salah especially no man goes no bebre ni goes no do na Mo Salah na share edu de dia Kodi Gakpo edibi ebeso so Diogo Jota so from bench no tie bench woman oba no so edibi I think say last season obo games ka about 26 games and no for the premiership no but na move do na so from the bench and na oba baba with the 26 no boy nti one should am fan one to center forward no so nti the question will be say an slot be pe obi a obe pesa obeba no dey pressure ni na akwa question so na because no build na onye se chinchina o se minya center forward and sana mabo timedi kan doubles line no ma goes ni be but onye forward ono a midfielder attacking midfielder eduru baby cramp no ubohu say Alexis McAllister no so Estana long range no di biaba enti ebegina coach no so say ope obi obe center forward enti na me kan say ebia no nkope big center forward say Alexander Isak dey so confirm by say u team no sa hyehyɛ ni yie na Salah so enkogina ebia left wing or Luis Diaz and I say whoever say Kodi Gakpo na mo me say center forward big one na oba no o discussion na akoto no or say o ma suppliers no kono so or say o be team no outrun him so kakra say the bear eventi in order to get rid of those pressure na say anyoma ni na but that is o be shame so a obema Liverpool team no are stronger and obenya a lot of options going forward depending on opponent na okoka koshia no ebema ni team no are strong anti ebi abeka say me Liverpool fan na me prefer obi a obviously Alexander Isak the first season probably be and the second season with the Premier League no wachire say o your quality striker onu ni obi abeka say o ye Premier League no o ho no ma say o ka say o kono abetimi afa no enye easy there but o fa no ba be show team ebeboa ebi outside Premier League so Oxman no ho but the type of and a style of play no a bit shoot Liverpool obviously obe person obe chire obe ba beji ball ni bi obe cry be not say dribbling no obe ma obe brave but at least give him the ball obe timia akwa ball no obe short ball no if say pass to opponent and I say pass to the teammate obe ye ebi ono anso call for the glory obe ni na so etimi the amount strikers na ensha da endorse I think say few Isak no ebi o mbe rating higher but ni bono na Liverpool baby o mugina na already o motua this amount of money for Florian Wirtz on purpose o mesa akwa tisesi kakese na kofa Alexander Isak aba na make say owo de eba na be ni time bia ene pa na eba ebianka esi ntema bia ka flower inverted de no kom betwen kakra na omo ahwe eye up front or that is a striking no nti bejina ye anaslot so but ebia say me prefer na say me two bia mana I think say be between this big figures amabo mudino but Liverpool show mo pe bia na omo koto omo players eba Brighton and Hove Albion Southampton and ade aka no so eye ba ku mienu mi ese bia fra so ati ase Kobeka yes ko jina ho konko be bia yes and you know I think that is it I think that story sir aba aye transfers I be udi kan sisi bi so meko Ghana ni abrantie Kamaldeen akwakupium e Atlanta I think say be boy ni pa once from start Rene oba aye premiership in we all felt say ya brantie no will grow because we have a very good season or seasons with that French outfit you know the Premier League you know so the oba only say the challenge you know e wo honum say I was said the baby and ultimate thriving and Ghana so in our history now you walk those players now no more about it be a but the likes of Michael Essien, Jordan, the Ayew brothers you know or mobile or more but or more continue that steps you know as a mojan call Sunderland one yet that bad until I mean Christian Achu the late there was our players now participate with us now you know until there was our players no more boy manify Intini ni nse Kamaldeen so so ekonanye bia no ka betimi afa me de apart from injuries cramp na e baa no wan hyeda an yi no hu yam ye hunu eye na mobile Premier League no so so no injuries e be ha no few games boy make against Manchester United ekwa na ofa so domi omo no okoye Nigeria na bloggers na they were just speaking about Kamaldeen say Ghana mo player we no shan fa not know we say injuries na ha no enti adia ba kon so Ralph Hasenhuttl former Southampton coach na ona na ewo ho ansa na Kamaldeen eba ona in fact ona na sanction sa moving on kofa ne buy o fi ho the new coach buy ni nyina no aso mo ntimi enya the best out of the guy said the can convention rate no the decision making senye umpu na be sha my assist my very good cross incisive one no be enche went me and live up to expectation to going to Syria so Ghana I have good history and good record there were obviously and so you would GDS say a whole corner a club or more botre Emma talent until benya there ha Gasperini obeka say what few honor no but there were GDS one so say oh no I was our quality no Diana ebeka so no so be challenging ho kakra so ho now on free a comfort zone no kakra within on one self now on working above himself or quality no so perform no Atlanta yes so and also there no now I think the FIFA Club World Cup no there nyam ya do much na yes but said they can Chelsea Opta any other ratings aba there because we are Chelsea fan but go through say games ni ahwe bia ye ho oni Opta be ya adwen Opta kan omo reti games omo reti other stuff omo make predictions imprebe won so embem nti wa as a fan say wo de fan sem no to nchen a na wo hwe o glance through from the group stage any round of season ya bo baby abedru the last 80 o kind of crowd did say team ben pa na nka de no kwe kan ko ye the favorite also bi ni fatu nchen say we di kan Lucy game bi anaso obi ahye no anaso aye say bo a wa bo overall performance no why na kire say do the dia obe travel obe go bibia all round wetimi aba me I feel say PSG omo na kire sa de no omo team ye all round unhye de hu ba bia omo ewo weakness so at ya say such a team no odru dia o kire ebo etimi edi nkunim Chelsea so akire obviously winning the Conference League no so no ade a obetimi aka and omo baaye no so no omo akire entimi entirely many Opta enya adwene I mean omo de abade but the men so much ne the men hu no I believe say Paris Saint-Germain for no and as o pick the favorite na ombetimi lead crowd na usre he like crowd na usre na yes enti omo de no I feel the Omni City boy no o de Madrid de no ebeka fine Madrid with Xabi Alonso afraid no aba or tricky normal or Sisakalo mentality no. Mind you, Ancelotti 3 seasons and the coach in Madrid and also any ball no omoko left omoko kopima na o say betri right omoko kopima chira midfielders no antimi take on and make sure say unbelieve this long range shots short range shots Toni Kroos they no dem man to we are no more mix it Toni Kroos no more bre enti say bia Jude Bellingham and free any clout ni muna say anye bibi sonko a Vinicius bre Rodrigo ebre and season Rodrigo enya one of the worst season. Why? Because a certain Toni Kroos will be no sir Luka Modric bia on the finest moment now obema o sa passes no so ni ho ti Madrid for ebre enti the person make Kenya say na Xabi Alonso sesa nyoma o pese bia ebobi collectively enkoye individual asem bia enti no try bi fufro enti almost safai you will still to Al Hilal for they say almost a new coach Simeone Inzaghi in Boise 5 and all the coin enti also no so the enti omo kofa this size ka kese kofa so sesan bibi or a quality coach and with side team no kofa no and also the first a game no bono Club World Cup against Real Madrid and if you kwanya of a share team no more any compact omo rely mostly on the counter breaks and if you are sorry they are not chere onyabo bia na Trent Alexander now or Safa so I believe say Okoshia Madrid now or Safa kakra no take opportunity na chere eba through bia no won say eh me share Manchester City okofa Rangers aba 8-0 aba already Rodrigo so free injury aba that game no he started Bernardo Silva the new captain and a lot of quality and a City for the Bayern by she kwan omo neutralize omo and so etimi dey call me so I understand your fear say bia mo kwa share Al Hilal on be hardene but it's Chelsea and Europeans they do such stage now almost so now almost waiting your money man almost so the Club World Cup and also so experience no I do start stage na no so etimi ebamti maybe maka say Paris Saint-Germain for no actually Madrid for no fancy omo but it is what it is sa no mo tie baby a won she dan jo mundi no you will not give them that chance no ben so mo nam kokwasa asasa no mo akwakokodo so these are teams obviously which Chelsea also will be there Bayern Munich and so don't forget it be a Vincent Kompany na man for ensure that engine the inexperience but with coming back winning German Bundesliga and at the expense of Leverkusen no men also so actually say with that quality no so no on any day obetimi and make a difference no
now Saudi Arabia but this time we don't call Saudi to for on call
who say yes a futuro there a fudo bia en chance age ekobobra so atiase aha je kakra so show for me medical ka say one kan kra party baby odu no 32 or 33 or a African player or a Ghanaian player the American you sure say ahwefo no amotiase age we me friend ntoma ye chiti pa but if bia ade ba kwa be ka se party you give it to him say on 2 quantum kakra eko Spain eko bobo bra no wa breo enya atiko na na ehu no bobo salo wa divisions ni bia ansana eventually atiko for PK na Diego Simeone a man of such chance now no so be boy even that time with the cooking Sony girls mo no nyina no timi penetrate enya starting lineup etimi e bo nti ono wo hu ni nyina he seen it all with Atiko Oba Arsenal Ipra eba be ha na I think say the finest season a season obe ball so many minutes so many games osa e ball ni year we consistent omoni Madrid game no so hu e kwan of fast so far midfield na e ball ne bo not taking anything away from Declan Rice or Shisha sa 2 free kicks no any Bukayo Saka mo second and answer return leg no mo kokoye adwuma no but I believe say upo bia o ma Declan Rice enya that o ma Martin Odegaard munya konya ko ani mo kobo mo bo na Thomas Partey do maybe na Ateta e that season na last year na say the season under review ya no na obono right back sometimes center back oh nti multifunctional or versatile to me bono baby money eye nti I believe say such a quality nan can be expected at least one season come the bema branch no say nan can expect no if say senisika no kakra bi say sometimes say bibi kakra bi wa no do fu bitu no ade kro na wo man baby o but sometimes o person ye bibi sonko enya ade kase bi anti bi a 2% bi 15% bi mo fanto so ma no because I feel so be here no senke age sir Christian Nogard yobe also 31 and just 1 year different so I believe say enye age no kwa na ye ateta na epe nipa fufuru bi o person oba be boss defensive role no so it medemanti media me hwe ni age na meka se Saudi approach bia na se proposal bia ba man opportunity kra eno no oni better I believe say bi sa ba say the akese bi bebe ya obekọ akọjedodo because say Europe na person otena team ben na yi nanimo a oba befa party a opese bia behind the scenes and TV but me nye sure say Bayern Real Madrid Barcelona omo aka no ebepese omo behwe ni sika na wogine sesei na omo akwa no e de na baba beshem I doubt I'm not saying to me but me doubt it yenim say de omo yo nyoma age 33 Bayern na 33 omo eyi mula efiri mo no nti omo ma befa with that age na emphasis kase ne ma unless e bia Diego Simeone and a bit aba because Atiko will be willing say ni sika omo de kakra be ma no na omo ama na abo but Atiko ade willing so ma befa patana me hu ni say ni destination no bia be kwa kopiem e wo Saudi na Saudi so ba me sure say Thomas Partey be ko
okay well Frederick Kwabrako FKK ana yatene nkana nana koku ahe say greetings to my senior brother Mr. FKK eti oswo chao na we should be free Eastern region Messi Amakwa say good morning boss I'm watching live from Eastern region okay Messi yada say owo Fantiman Royal Ladies ana Osina Kai na passport face keep up the good work watching you live from Indum University see iti ono de eba no social media dia bloggers duma no oye wo no ni nsem oden me social media handler blog ma block no mayi na free si ano pass ene wala no so ji ade pass nyame hirawo ni eduma pa wo bo e wo keep course ene ne nkwa namek bibia boko wa free ho ye
wana warshayen oye nde anape yabaka Barcelona asam na manka kakran fa mama brother okay wo Partey ni issue no Thomas Partey asna fo yin tena na wan yin tena no wo pede woman 1 year extension no so se there dabi so buy woman 2 no was no woman 1 with an option 1+1 also there he can offer more into 1 year nza obede oboko but say ehwe Shaka na brother atete gina muman madam 2 years na open was a can into say atete na nkasa so ehwe no ngina ma Partey atide ma Messi brother can it means he's not ready to work with Partey again. It definitely was a Partey open baby na offer. Saudi league on your bad oye but say ye Europe sir ye what teams bia nka Partey joiner oboboa but this can was so e won team today AC because Tijani Fio Napoli they are building a team for them Champions League slot now when there were a couple of European teams bia nka Partey kwa nka oboboa but scan so today America sani direct there offers be bay but worship say obey possible but so can no continue that nkonko Saudi no nkonka jiska asamo jan ka asem bi abra orfi Sunderland akọ Al Ain asa no ball nji world best no ye bobo ni wi ye batine fia na ye bohu bia oweska because born na ngasa ebo wi aska bia ye obi chida kakra na again. Away from that, yɛhwɛ more kudos to Tottenham. Deal no obeying. So you discount put in China 18 West Ham or if Levy I ready, they'll go to them 18 number or be very difficult in a sense there. The last time West Ham na Tottenham year deal year 2011. 2014 we better one share West Ham for pay Adebayo. Then Levy and year what and since then no 1 year any player transfer from Tottenham to West Ham, another West Ham to Tottenham. The money is see that, but yeah, Libya to me see. So Uncle Oracle was very good.
Chelsea was
Chelsea will do no, all right, but say Chelsea team now will parade now. So I come out could should find another team. No, since yeah, or couple 10 and or couple right wing and or couple left wing. This year, Pedro, right? Good. Guy now, Abanofi, Brighton, or a very good player. Front three, maybe he is capable of playing. Obotumu, maybe. In this action part, Dam guy now, Abano, Ama, Maduke, na Nicholas Jackson, Wapede, Wafi, Timunum.
You say, as a phone, Maduke. Tell the phone to say,
or Arsenal, Chelsea, but also players now. What about team money CCR? Was there or decided them now? Okay, baby, or playing time. Playing time. Aside this kind of watching, playing time is a very key man. It's not so young Shema or Bekasi. Ebisa Barcelona, Assam there. Nico Williams enter here. Under that, I mean, I don't. Young Presido or Laporta. We too. Turn there. CCR, Yebutum, and Barcelona Botum register new player. It is a year 1:1, and Uncle says definitely before 9th July is it. Nico Williams, Obakaka Fanaba. And there were another sign in this war Barcelona for and was a hidden sign in the action sign or one but between unknown and agents na Barcelona the BBI done aka team na Bilbao fun na one pede a friend Bobo Barcelona so any other clubs are it can release in the ladder why share one back game and we release boy Marco but why Barcelona in question and particular no one deal near or train. In the assembly, where discussion be between the president and Deco war JC number 1. Oh, there the Bowen Osher 10. This year Barcelona definitely Lamine Yamal no 10 years in farmman. It's year 14. Now you 17 and also Ibishe. Na ano Casado and is a bottom wide zaman. Na sentira Oshe 17 or national team Oshe 17 there and only preferred player and I know role model Cristiano Ronaldo. Na Yamal so ye Messi into 10 plus 7 and I know more Oshe 17 Jason United. Yes. Nti say BBI possible either the Obashe 14 and 17. Abazinti no possible Obashe 14. 14 no so ya another iconic jersey of Barcelona. Johan Cruyff no Osher 14 jersey. Nti no so ya jersey bi aso Osher no so boboa Barcelona for ama go tumu aton jerseys na azema skaba iku no. Ye share club World Cup na Oracle do. Chelsea starts today one obaji cup and a trophy good. But say more now seems in a robono 8 now wakana the best team so far on PSG though we lose one match but actually more now world on the field of play now team behind one match one. In football in some bebre to be see obotu wabo na wanji trophy no but there is Madrid bia go Dam Madrid for them White Angels for now watch them at fufu oh why Odu trophy kutis and no matter what, all you're done pa. At the end of the day, they wonder why the trophy no. That is it. To avoid them too is not easy.
So on PhD la.
On PhD la but ehwe Alonso edwuma Alonso re na. Alonso re edwuma. Papa. Abanta na me say Alonso re edwuma. Ehwe Obel no first match no yet. But what ekor ebien ebasen ohihye yema. Ehwe one last match here when Juve boya I was so much impressed about tactical idea. Now, not only implement on the field of play. We start with 4 back. Initial first to 50 minutes. No work with 3. No, you know, there no 3 no more. No, Sunday 4. No, the yes. Want to progress one. Into what's the way then? No, we be often progression positional play. Into Chouameni ofi defense no obegina as shield in 15 no add up and we too when you control what mud for the now as our upper horn along the line here balance or up front because Kylian Mbappe in the Vini anytime he be a boy and baba left wing one two ni no we right side one. Instead of those, they have presence in the box, you know. Or the major one. The second boy, you are sure Gonzalo, right? A feeling the presence of boxing. But Kylian Mbappe, on my balance number, anytime be a boy left wing, you will see him there. Anytime you will see. As all of them are Ofi PSG in 1, the Mazan account. Luis Enrique, it's not there. And yeah, if you position, could be in a position too much. You need to be in the box. And also when there Dabi or Kylian Mbappe, he needs to play, he needs to prove something. But them one for them on ball. It is a wire tactical discipline at any one, 2, 1 press. One press. Ball so when I was start defending, you start pressing. Wabre a loose ball or opponent in the zone, 14-1, and a scoring boxing, you start pressing. Vini on press, Kylian on press. Rodrigo on press in the position and say no so no have and he said one start pressing now definitely wabo home this is also one key man Jude okay operation let me say senior man can so Jude one showcase a kakrebia na madrid asem ya wato and see say okaka operation and a surgery Zabi obeyeden nti yes smart no pushy adagula efifi ho e that Carlo wanye bold enough okay chere so ohwe ball no obana unless middle but Carlo too Zabi use bonds ehwe bonds kita ball he controls ni BBI okay but olusu ball na in off the ball no so omboa team nti ane inyaman kitikita oze Zabi ohwe na Ozubu Akwem. So the many money out to Akwem here, Madrid, they are capable of winning. But still, PSG look favorites or club water. But Yaboshe from Saturday Rokono, Yaboshe Mobesina in Pobutum Waji.
Okay. When Namek becomes a coach, now I assistant coach at the Red Bull Division 1. Now a lot of messages. Yeah, condolences messages. Now, much as I talk about the Aba, that they are called Liverpool for almost say we at Asante Kodoko extend our deepest condolences to the families of Diogo Jota and his brother Andrew Silva, and to everyone at Liverpool FC during this heartbreaking time. Our thoughts and prayers are with you. May their soul rest in peace. We are Kotoko, but Premier League in a foreign clubs, Brina de Aba, Cristiano Ronaldo de Aba, other clubs in Chelsea, Liverpool there. The videos of goals are watched and no more. It was why issue show and so there, but we know Yara was some pa, Hagen, or Boman, this.
share about 107 goals.
Okay.
Career no 107 goals. Yeah, club. I started with team be Paco Ferreira. Obobo, I think Porto. Obobo Wolves. No, it's about Liverpool. Intino no more 107 goals. The national team, so I think I share. In club, no, I share 98. In the national team, so I share I think 9 goals also, making 107 goals. And yeah, but why as a Tebusia I am on the na Liverpool fans funny one shares and also they don't work alone in tea. Above for Bacano or because they be our aunt one got in the above.
Does not make any sense. Just now we were together in the national team. Just now you were married. To your family, to your wife and children, I send my condolences and wish them all the strength in the world. I know you will always be with them. Rest in peace, Diogo and Andre. We will all miss you.
So, in the yesterday, just yesterday, of Granty interview. Look, and the wife here, one of the best this year. Oh, we are seeing. Son or your friend, always in crying. I say, no wife here, one of the best this year, this year.
Yeah.
Yes. I can't a year of them a year about already 2 weeks ago. Me feel a poba nation. Near why has it? Near has it. Yes, why has it? And you be in war. Na Asamaba. Asamaba, that's the time I was there. Yes. And any bra.
And the mobile soon obey a Muslim.
Yeah. Yes. Nti oya abrabo na worbo na demaba. E wona wiase na nkasa ye wo bia na adwena ozo war ano ozo for partner. Nti depending on adwena ozo ko into a relationship no. Mo besin na obache adwena apokorezebe. Nti po boy hwe life no onsen. Once I was back to football is it?
Not to catch you, but
sure.
Football is normal life, you know. Sometimes you don't cry for them. Share how we live your life.
Yeah.
I will live it luxuriously. Enti life now, about the way who believe your life, and a bad attraction. For you know, Popo Bakoya Casisem. This me. On this one, a guy can cry. In fact, on one pony, some waka. Say, a man in Niati, a man in Niadaho. Now, who trim who real friends and real family. Now, no, before so become class, and on one brother, ne friends. I could naive. I know blackmailing Jessica and so how much more will be or outside or by Wusika or no now one for the bar. I make an own escafonu bibi or crack a crab or butoma or the type of a bar person or friend. Oh, and what the offer at the way. And or more ubi open will be a big you get it. Ubi open would be a big room binti. On one casano. A quine now be a determined the sort of a bow a few ones be footballers and a crabby Africans and a crowd of warmable. Conco family of Ubaya or much chromus are no more your mother paddy. So I say,
Oh, guy, how do you call him? Hakimi.
Akraf Hakimi.
Never read no story, I think 2 days ago. Also, I know wife in one. Bear a month to them divorce him about. No, no. The woman is in for something. I want to know fast. No, so sell property. Ni bibia or change name. Bibia in the mommy. And see, don't see why because he saw it coming. So how come Eboko shop now Kotazi now can in this kachira woman no abro do botia. So the mother came there and paid. Okay. Also even Atara Oshe does not belong to him. It belongs to the mother. In the Ghana, after what way be me na bobra into us won't compensating into lawyers and tenants all on that be now into the other work I also be sent accounting get one pound compensate Hakimi $3 million.
So As I was saying,
As I said.
I can say, council will be chastising you nearby.
Yeah.
And you're for Sound of Motier. Your bomb mouth. Your bomb mounty. The first said, some bound chair, and your own same quan also be a mom, also be one dream. Be was some now tea, which is what in a year, a tea be a bonnet. But tea ye. Now, once we said the coach, I cannot. I craft a king, or pin the body no be the sense of reasoning. Now, you're top notch. You know who say again when you obeying dream. Popo before you know be an gay, a show BB. But what told them when you're bar off and I say I didn't see kayak as a for me, a ban is here. The good thing is that when you're a certain years Buna could be on one man a lifeline, second chance. Go there and prove it will be wrong. So I say a draw there normally. Last time we one former player be said. A drone boy bit me afa, not knowing sometimes bit me afa para. Within that sport now I be a mobile on be check one share on because of a duboni, depending on system no. So what I say, and that moment a coin also alpha so no yenti it be a name yet the bonnet cross on a poor by the cocoa fire. Was almost very power. Sometimes body ache, headache, nay. Say I have ya on his idea, no back of a painkiller be. And a bit me a drubia and a year okofa, yen rea in Bibri. So yen him no more dear. So you get it.
You know when there's war, a year X or say, or do you a year do go your tablet for no trolls? So life is really unfair. Now, the last ever go say, Edmund Liverpool against Everton, Merseyside Derby.
Condolences. Obia, the sense of a big guy. Maybe I'm not one of your superstars, but at least averagely, or share or buy from moves or buy Liverpool. Anytime there will be an opportunity, piano. Honestly, yes, he will deliver and sweet me at the mom. It was rather unfortunate, say injuries, ebe hamper, any progression of injuries, but even that, chances be with me elevate up to the expectations. Or a quality player, and over here, the personality, no problem saying that ain't no, and machine see, and no one near the flesh, and no one soon a dear beco. I say, yes, Lamborghini. I don't say players and so more pesacas in a pa because a running almost speedy so tie up ubisa drivers now the catch car echo speed the tie paya he wins so at the bebro any the enco speed and so the tie paya is so at the bebro nti utimi say na a speed power no and according to reports no much say na or you overtaking no you overtaking. So clearly, now speed and no day.
Collins, the tie busting may experience be there. Okay. Dwarfs, Warma Premier, they call Accra Sports Stadium, Media match. Dwarfs, when you media ball, Media League final. Okay. They call that's na carry. You do man site, school junction, or gates in an entire pie. Name car driver no urban, or you car driver. But driver or a switchy or front body, a very good driver. Yakupon also Z in H. Onyabo ter or control kaka. Yena you can me is years in Kaya water shock. But I may not do a driver no soon experience kakra or two this Sabian. You say kita kana sa tie and a paisa. Collins or Yasan Papa. Mamma in a carry me be out to mother or dangerous. In Tiamin Pongu maybe
by now. Ome kwatinti Real Madrid for statement bibri ba na eba press no Liverpool for no omene press no omuncho omode anya sa season no muwem na omode o madweno koso ahia na asemasi ya dia wono nisem ni siwa ya bafie na ya dia fisem no e dia guo e dia mamo mamemra sima baako me ba e fisem no ya dia guo e dia mamo. Okay, yes, I'm going to be back from Central Sports Arena or Costa TV, Kikus, live on Facebook, about like Nija comment and so for two, kind of camera and so Edama. If it's someone, Anna Yedi Egu Edama, only say weekend with Sunday, 2025 Presidential Cup, Anna Basso. How to folk Eddie Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Ewo Accra Sports Stadium. Na yen share video, ene promo no. Kakra umaye enso ere abanya yenti kakra
Assetio 2025 President's Cup no President's Cup on the 6th of July. Yes, settle once and for all. Accra Sports Stadium. Accra Hearts of Oak versus Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Sisi etwa we na points near pe. When I tete ne ho. Ebeye Fabia. Anafa Plus 2025 President's Cup. My show the Accra Sports Stadium. Get fee be anymore. Free. Yes, special guest of honor and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Dignitaries Ahoto Piso Neba. Honorable Sports Minister. TFA President. NSA Directors Ahoto. Diplomatic Community Tia. Tesempani for P. Entertainment near Nigeria Fanekwa. Surprise Ahoto. Yeah, the cutting raise Ahoto be prepare and a match national. You can't afford to miss this. A year 2025 President's Cup. Hasselhoff versus Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Sunday, 6th July, Accra Sports Stadium. Retia Fremonto. Gaka in collaboration with Ministry of Sports and Recreation and the President's Captain.
Okay, we ene kakra eno so firi o enso eba na eno Kumasi Asante Kotoko enso a confirm Abrante Feno set kodo edinu fi Bechem United enso amana ba na obaye no Abrante no akasa o se ono Richie Buebu Agadas ene ye ne mentor na ono ne ball e wo coach yentie ensem Abrante no edituda
say Agadas. The do and say Menina and the course. And I know him senior course. Yes. And I position on the course football. Ibia Wimbwana 14, Wimbwana 12. Nti on one name mentor from course not the Bebo Kotoko. Nti still na he's still my mentor.
To person check Kotoko for say omo player omo nyani. Near Odeba Park and also and a sort of aggressiveness and there's a commitment that Richard Bodu, our mum friend Agadas no at the one Sabi now deba.
Sapa Pepe.
Okay, we and some kakra and also a free a year Abrante Feno set kodo on a new sign Edma Kotoko or the area tuga. Now how to folk defender Kevin Osesibe Waka and some area for or see Waka and some key factors are and no ever restore how to folk Emma Omo Aqua Omo Glory Days. Yentin Sama Kevin or say SCB a kind.
We play together as one. Munina mo become who say this season they say ni see aniswa ye pese and all decided to see aniswa na entity mu bia mana munina mo come bom sa dey we mo be ya me hu ni say ebetimi aboma mo be ye ne sene mo pese mo ye no 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 one unity and secondly discipline eba munina mo a me jiri say sa those days of course na those days hard and ne wo ho as a unity no wo ho omunina ka mo bom sa dey we na ye pese ye
Ufo said the last couple of seasons, so unity in the house no more.
Oh, unity wom. But on say obia o ways o sitting asefa and I will sit drain asem asefa. Nti no normal me know e wo bom unity and discipline. Mo ye unity mo kam ho bom na at the same time the discipline san wo mo a me hu ni sa de bia mo pese mo ye bia no. Mo betimi aye.
And some Kevin Osesibe editu da. You really ebisa na say na house of folk kra no e kwa be no fa so do no so house of folk obekọ no no ane bra e managing sisia na ne bra spend it over be 10,000 obuko hu panyin we ya o se kwa anti o hu first one a o so oje kakra hye no ho sa no de na ma na trials kakra no ko bo heart no enu process e na ofam e no ne bra etu be 10,000 sa na okọ yetin some of the two da.
Yeah, ebe high kakra. To say you nyina no ote hasa ehu bia na like ahomkabi and e obi a dream say debi minya konya na mikosi aka matimo ya mani beje because it's one of the biggest club I wo Ghana ha enti obia da yeso and in this case na ye time na nyoma enhyedan koye ma yesa no high because ubo team na se nyoma be koye ama team na koye ama you as a player no so a eboawo ema o CV so ye fair at the same time so ultimate opportunity ekotoa wadwuma no so baby foforo so this time na no man koye no man enkoye a esisi yeso players no a chance wo baby enti no high kakra but enim so nyame be yadoma bibia better over.
Okay, wey ene ensem kakra ba ntie no enso e kana ye no enso eho owie no se ono na owie school wa na nso bo no bebo na military ano ye na nso obeko ye tie nsem okan
me bra kasa I say oh say ebenya chance bi na makoye justify wo hasa anka mani beje pa cause ebeka be last 8 games amaya wie no me be pick from bia na me say me background na say dey say bench crowd na say dey I know say as time goes on no metima be room nti me was self confidence and believe no me was how me ho nti me bra kasa no na say you find ways and means e ba be pie panyini bi so has and metima be justify no nti kuma se wono so e wono omo chapters bi ho nti uko chapter we ho a oni panyini bi kodi nkomo a na wa kire say ko panyini we ho na won se panyini nim so de untimi nkone nsapan sa at least uko dura papa ene jiwe na ajafato nso bi e na obekọ no ho no so no nti mebra we no na was spending almost be 10,000 plus ye ko hu panyini we na was seska ansa na be nya panyini a
open justify keke abo
justify ba be ye no say uko panyini we ho ti be nya panyini a menya kwa be sini so akra ha na what mama be justify ni bi no nya sa panyini we no no see 2 days o me justify ni we no 2 days and time I dey afrom no tina se justify no over na se me a has na manya mama justify no so be aso aboka bebre
wey time o say ne brasen spend 10,000 Ghana cedis ansana okobo heart no na ono otia na hu say yes oti how to focus na o pro say obebo bi na yentie time o ka say ono owie school no wa nya na dwene say ball no obebo na military so de adwuma na na ewo nani so
owie school no na my mama say ball kra de me mbo biem cause na me pese me ko school ni ye pa na say soja na say security work bi kra na mentimi mma baby enti me na soja de na ewo mani so pa say adwuma ya na ewo mani so pa say adwuma na me pese me
uniform na your friend na say
any uniform no send me hu me ho no I see myself as a disciplined person.
Okay.
Discipline wise no me obi a me e ba ne ho na me very good pa say enti no me hu say Ghana ha no so no soja yes obi ye soja ono de we very disciplined.
Yeah.
So e boa me say okay and me ye no so no me san ye adwuma de aboa o man no cause na e wo mitim say da bi ma be ye adwuma de aseve o man no ti soja de na wo mani super bet mantimi anya konya anko soja no cause na efie nye ne fie nye me bra me ma me eka ba bi na yesu akete ene de ba kuma ase no so me papa so yare sa anti no me bra me di na chi ono ana to na wakuta mi moa we me manager to ono ana okuta mi kakra den ono so na obobo ni bi be da fe be do time bi no o he se ne bo na kwae no ase me star no wo soro kakra enti no hu ni se me bona se ono no stay no ye adwuma de boa me a ebetimi de makwa ni mu dan se ono no be bona me so me bo no cause enya support ni free ba bia
wey ene nsema Kevin Osei be how to folk defender ono so de two dwa owie no se clubs no recent struggles no a concern and so the teams in the would yentie sema Kevin Osei be e kan
bakoto ko do mo shemu pa o
normal
normal
that is football that is football Europe nyinesi cause last season Barcelona minimum a single game on Madrid boy if in Madrid team a ball draw cry you understand and you know it's normal a bit matene season ya ye bamu ebia ya behwe say a bit mama no my den attendance with the players cause last season no man ko ya mai and you know season ya behwe say a bit mama no my team attend and at the same time ya de serious your supporters no so afunumuma ntino
we aye question you bisa no say anda na kotoko recently o mo shamododo no so say last season Real Madrid tena o ma Barcelona share na di betumi atene say o mo nso ebetumi asi o mo so na Sunday o master ti say o mo enso eje ena o mo share kotoko e dey free this time to this season eno no nsem kakra o di tudwa o we no see na me aduma Sunday supporters no mra na mo be Philip Park wono ahead of mo game mo ne kotoko presidential cup no.
Bosha de yan shabo abra uwani jimu. But I'll pray them they should come in numbers. Na ye ujidi say Neoma ya shasi ya no, and this is the kappa at least say it me eje.
Because last season one trophy biao. Last season kotoko eje FA Cup.
Yeah.
Say omuji President's Cup we ka ho a omuji cup mienu. Almost about champion of champions. Omoni baby any goals as about champion of champions. Omuji no so ka ho a omuji miensa.
Yeah.
Has and one cap cra. Internet said someone to me stop wo mo say omuji cap we ana.
Sure.
Try na end the money so.
Yeah. Cause
most win your cap this season.
Yeah. Cause game na ko bono two teams ni nyina no cap ni ntira ye bo sa match we. Obi aso pe cap na je. Entino ye beje nyamia do makosia no. Ye share supporters no ebo se omumra park na omumhwe game na omumbeta yachi na yintimi enje cap no mfa mom cause the cap we cap enye ye players na ye jafa ya gidi amaye supporters no entino mesro mo Sunday no omu embra park omu mfa omu numbers embra park na omumbeta yachi na yenji crew ano mfa nhye omoni monyam
ene nsema eye Kevin o say sibe e kan na last one crowd no say ye busa na say striker ben pa na titi na man 12 game ana say ye Albert Amu akotoko striker na wasa o say akwa no o tumirika kwa je ma obre ntem ija wani obi o ha gen pa ye ti sema o kan e defa Kevin eye Albert Amu
Hasane koto games in the say first one last season first one no I think Albert Amu or a player bia or run a lot and I say center backs bia some pet striker or run a lot and you know ni runs no or run a lot in the banasana ema adwuma no eye dem out and you know Abetamwa last season first one no send me ne boy no o ma me run a lot me brew adwuma na me no and you know I think Abetamwa last season first round. Yeah.
Last season first round no. Ona obo ball through pass a long pass ma. Odimirika okofa na Abetamo di na chiama. Benjamin Mensah asare keeper no so beka o momu no. Eye mistake na Abrante na ball na share no nti o hard no pa iti eno ne kakra eno so free wo. Enso ba na Sani Diara former GFA communication director. Ano wa kire kwan o se ono player welfare no wa kire kwan a omusi handles ha player welfare no e wo Ghana Premier League no wudi yenti Sani Diara.
All the military services or the forces in this country employ, as part of their recruitment drive, employ sports people. As part of it, I'm suggesting that let's reserve a quota for players in our league so that apart from the salaries they get from their clubs, they can also get salaries from these state institutions. And crucially, when they retire from active playing, they can go back to some careers they have and also have pensions. That's why we'll have our players leaving these countries going to Vietnam. The last time I was in Thailand, I met a Thai guy, and the guy told me that there are many Ghanaian footballers here. They came to play, but they did not have the opportunity to play. They've become male prostitutes.
Wey ana yasama Sani Diara enso eka e de fa player welfare o Ghana ye Premier League dim na yanko Kumasi Asante Kotoko ene omu ba yanko fa kansie omu ne Namoro Football Academy ana ebo ewo Adegwaja achi 3 o'clock a preparation match ahead of Sunday Presidential Cup omonso ebo 3 o'clock ana sa game no enso ebekọ so ewo omu training grounds wo no na kotoko ho na yemeti say omu yadoma eye on the 20th of July omu ko pre-season ewo South Africa na pre-season omu ko no omu de 45 contingent and dey omu ko technical team any players and omu do omu ko enti emre no duru a na omu de list ne ba yibohu na yabo ana ya kenkan ama omu ana ya tudin ya list players no ama omu bi enso eho mane nda so saa na unim se kotoko ebobo Confederation Cup na me ama next season na yenim se baba yara no mo bebo no na CAF de aba se baba yara meet the requirement no ni yan se o list no ma 6 a ozo mu yedie ansana o metumi abo o se pitch no o upgrade no eye safety zone onu so mo hwe dugout no so o mo hwe no mo ye enhance media stance enu so mo hwe na o mo nkan wasem ana fe so eye CCTV installation o mo hwe no mo nya na any scoreboard no enu so eho na for referees ni mienu eto so ma me na yeni nkomo Ghanaian referees mienu Salom Yawo Bless ene Patricia eye chire ha de urban say omu eye two Ghanaian referees a eye omu ekoye match officials ewo eye third edition of Wafu B and a 20 Cup of Nations ebeko so ewa Accra no omu ni Ghanaian referees ti Yawo Bless ebe center referee na lady no enso aye assistant referee lady na se minimum no ati minimum no okay e be di nkomo na medium am former captain fanima me Kwesi Dosu jamenti say mortar odinani akire mu ho na team ani den ya de Tezen Urembos ho no okọ na wakokusi na kan 29 years of age sa na damanim e wa ha je wenya nti enwano no anu ne kakra ifuru oba na we ni the local one fatosuma me na mini nkobo we homecoming football match a ebeko so ewo Ankafo Community Park na we no Akadio 11 ene Masolo 11 we no your third game omobo first game no ending 4-4 ewo Akotochel Park ana second game no 0-0 eti eno na mpanifo tenase assemblyman fo mu kromo nyina ase da bi ye hu winner dia ene yensan bobiem enti game we Sunday 4 o'clock ewo Ankafo Community Park ampaya ebedwa place ni gusuna hu say yes Alasan Ademu Karela ewom ubenya Hamzata awo vision ye wo sanso Hamzata bako ewa Accra Lions omunyina wom ubenya Abrantia ni din ye de Akabio na ngasa wom owo sympathy ana Dembele no Marcelo no ewo Emina Sharks di place woman fine someone around the UCC youngsters set munyina wo ho eti game no ebefe na yede enso eho na fa ema no women's Afcon trophy no to so ma na endo anom yo unveil no cap na efe pa enne da so we dey efe see the cap buy no me koyi new cap buy dey trophies no Jonathan is great work on Facebook in no FKK yes
yeah let's just say for Sunny Dara and some more kind of baby I'm sure na Sunny I think say in some no can no realistic for me if you ask me Ghana I require first so I fan for a force working and I'm sure say qualifications no and as credentials no nti shouldn't be searching China or say acquire force acquire maybe say empe quota bi emfa koma footballers nko and already so mo your ma from there acquire football side especially mo women team and am ya so ma qualified eba be boy premiership nti no already mo and I feel that team na qualify no kra no IGP the new IGP make emphatic promise a side statement say omo interest already na ebi mo bo mo ye police officers so and omo bo team to omo nye no osisi wani gye wona se opese oba be share adwuma no ma akonya no ho no ma on be dey on be fo ama oba be share adwuma no mu the whole picture no say
ye pe kwan a ye befa so ade di kan yen league ya enye fe so we say dodo na ampo ehwe telenovels no chen yen football ye bo obi o football lover but obi person obi hwe ebi obeko YouTube akwa hebi before for one phone so dan say impo yen game no ya available obehwe ahodom na wose ye hwe say DNT na ama na basa and we bagbeti a nyoma bebre na kikabo mi central for ehya so mo ka teams ni bi ye so mo eka but as okoka na ye yiw esinchen o personality no ye nhwe asem na wo ka no ye yi personality no esinchen na ya address o na ya chastise until about victimization na no so ye victimizing say we team no na wose ye sorry tia na wose say Premier League now boy be make sure say ya do be call the lowest division we examples no bebre e wo ho Far Rangers e wo ho na ye na na amponsa edia ye oba ya ye hu ni so ne curtain sem as omo obia na me we no ye hu ye kwan o de Far Rangers e fa so young apostle co-owner say omo so onye owner ani mado asamoja manager ye hu ye kwan obia no ye na danfo pa o ye hu ye kwan say o de fa so because okokan kre about referee bia ye di adwuma hye ne sasa won koye executioner na won koye adwuma bia mfama some teams bi efe on kwa George Fiye na nsemo sorry or evidence referees videos bia na odeba sabato edubiasi wonai ye hu enti ensem ne bebre last season because sabato ebo league no se ade aba ade entimi man qualify be prevent ne say won ba ne say referees bi aba na so ya ba be ka kire ne say ono ya suma omo se omo game bi ombedi bia no omo enye dey endi entia no an incident bebezi si obekaya omo kobo game bi wo is it okese edwoso ema otisi park no so ema omo etwe na so ekakakra so omo so at coach bedi mada senti incident ni bebiro ya ka say ya recollect ya ya beka no esisi so say san nyoma no na ya na esisi ya ema trust from yen no ma ye supporters no central for ye di akire ye bohu de wuro no okoton e de ma supporters na our listeners no audience no muntie ezan say omo so omo hwe bi enye nko na hwe no aba be ka chom sa de na eye de wo kan no wo hwe bi nto onim de ekọ ohun de officiate na ese de sitie players omo bo one season na omo person in fact season e kwa sha se na obo na no o hwe se team bi be ba be fa na akọ enye lucrative so bo eye football e wo Ghana hanoma eno no wo so omo hwe no mo di emra no eye adwuma omo rules and regulations na ewo omo na regulate and this a team be hye no mo be ne nyoma yie e wo se wonya this amount to ho aye sika bi e da ho no ma oji na home omfa won sanka edu de eden a player salary omo welfare odi betu omo ka na odi be sa de no okọ elsewhere aya na de bia no sa comparison ma ya bre eya me mpese ma ebiem se obefa saa yen ye game aye ya wana de akọ Europeans no emuwa eye mismatch so odi ya emfa odi akọ Egypt ya na akọ South Africa omo na ye ne ye ko Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria so we hear saa comparison no krampra it is yen ben ho how much more Europeans no enti die ben na South Africans emre bi atwam ne nko ye die na sese omo ya suddenly omo pick up Mamelodi Sundowns omo so atiase the likes of Kaizer Chiefs almost more so omo eba other Orlando Pirates mo dia no omo ya omo consistent empo se enye African Cup competition omo ebo a omo team no omo game no omo ye ne sika ewom dia no omo ya ema clubs no obi enye sika kakra enso e de bone bra ema no omo konkan so etime do na ehodom na wo se ye hwe se ye nhya se se ye no ye league boy sponsorship enim clubs no players no muntu omo kaye enkomo bi a wo ba ha no ma ebi mu didi ye ni me clubs and how they suffered sometimes and same word ma out here eya na say emma wo kwan say bra bontene ba be can players no their friends ye nua mai mo omo no omo na twetwempra omo no omo di nkomo na say ye nua na young apostle wo player bi e ba out be ka say omo ebe ko no omo kono ya omo musika na owners no musika na omo de ye masem omo de hwehwehwe nyaach den nyaach ni we wa be omo players na ka enti eho na wo se ye ka na ye ma yen game no sika emblem sponsorship pension say emblem e be na sponsorship emblem first na sponsorship e wom de benti na wom na omo we officiating officials no na omo ewo omo gidie players no omo tena ha che yenya setting Steven Oduo bia na control eni nani so ukọ ha 64 battalion no ufi said that time na ni bie na ya ba na e ba kakraka because na mbeka se na ni bie ni oni enya kwasia pia no abo 90s ni mo otu kwan abedi pele wambo Ghana wambo RTU one two kwan entini was sa players na no mo tu kwan no mo bie sa kwan na to Samuel Oseko formo no mo tu kwan ya na mo bobo ba mo tu kwan kwa brochie kokoboye enti dombo tell money the lines no mo so akonto no na approaches na ba na proposals na ba but do hwe ha no ma na nige e kan se ombo 2 years bi e kan se ombo 1 year bi e kan se ombo 3 years bi so sani 4 years e kan se ale so ombo 2 years bi ansa no akọ die ne ye esade saa enyoma no aba back e honom na wo so omo hwe but e be din because now yen your friends say leaders and administrators no dodo na no ni agencies dodo na so club owners e na omo edi yen game na ni mo omo enti omo no de di kan Dreams FC players bebre ho no ma omo se for so omo no kokoboy you obi entimi mebusa me evidence because yenya players omo team na omo ankasa kan omo anu masem yenya players bi mso so a after say nyoma nkon kan am omo e wo national team na omo ba bontin baba be kan say omo susu me kai black say the entia we nya blasters call up ne say osusu say ketu kreku approach no be ka kire say omra embebo emma no emma ni team Dreams MC amfa owie no osaka kire say the agencies no and I say the agency no emu ba ko on register no boy ni so wanye nti on de ogidi pass e no nti e no mo victimize na wanya call up to the national team no open secret ya de ho until say ye be jai sanyoma no say unimbo abra bebo ma me chinchina ache we player or say me agency na also oba be him oh any side and say one bebo ama me national team no ye mfra ma on bobi no ye jai side na say players no yan security omo amomo anko ba bia anko bobi na say ya anya ya adwen say ye ma clubs na ankasa aye self financing ket na ba ndie no kan say oba be create wealth for the clubs no mo ye worthy omo osika na ba nti ono ananum sem a wo kaaye ne manifesto na ehiem oso oba be create yedie e de ama clubs no say be ya on be self finance say be won players on be twom kaye players no welfare no e be fa nyoma be koye atimi dia momo say ba ne sa on betena beyond a season or two Emma the match and I say as much more quality no ekemu ha no game na be fe omo wie nso ensi ho omo for quality cameras enkotwa ye games no omo pe broadcaster ye papa na omo metwa ye games no this season why broadcaster be netra
super sports
ba na super sports oba season ya ye bo wie ye why mo netra YouTubers omo the phone cameras ebi akomo the iPhone not doing a promo and advert for bia but yenim phones or more cameras near quality ebi kwa nka no bi no mo di try nka be wa games are now show YouTube no na woni je scene replay now who now ya say incidents aba yaje your friends a penalty ya mo bi red card any side no say wo tie kire na so person wo proper analysis enye for the official enye officiating officials ne krampo na wo na wo tie kire na e wo say wunya a better replay na wutimi hu scenes no say be ade chen wo baba be analyze a obetimi akama na to supporter ne team say we dey genuine mistake and a buy obetimi differentiate the two we dey referee say no aboni team po onimi mbra no amfanya na dwuma we dey referee say humanly mistake ni bi nipa mfom so ni bi no aye how do you juxtapose the two no better no aye enti aye den untimi nton sa ade na yamfa ma supporter and already ono ote ho no ma ohun say game na enye fa enye de same thing and the players ni mu say ono obona no was sign contract na ma the anti players o mo ka say de efe me dai so say person be bo has me person be bo kotokoba oboa within on one kase mo no or kobo just for some few months bi no apɛ contract no watimi ade akɔ baby nti Sandy Dara aka de but me de me hu ne sɛ enya de a realistic ebe den sɛ ombe sorry sɛ ye ba bibie ekonya bi de ato hɔ no sɛ de okan no yembie mu nto ne mpɛ portion bi mfama in players in a sense already makase other companies ni bi gapo ho a so nim so mo team yes say team bi a Sule sa Abraga Port City say Tema Port say your modia so what you say and so other companies Samates any company there Go Stars any company there any man in firm and you was our companies already omo ankasa bie clubs now omo show mu ye mu omo ye and it's up to the rest say the core mandate omo ewo say so better club wafa obi ba wafa player bi wa man platform there but platform no say bi wa fan comedua o de ma talent ye nipa no so di ni fife ba be ye adwuma ma o tie say o so so ase de say ni fife na wote no wo be ma no ho akatua ese na fata no nti won te say efe no di o mu rules ni regulation ni be ye adwuma ni pepere yo na ba ne de ye be ko ni say ya ye be ma sa eye portion mpo amomo akwakobo the masses no omo ana ebowo other clubs na ye Vision FC ene eye Kotoko ne has ene other clubs na aka no media mamo ade nti na omo aka na ntimi eye nti for me o say efe no na wo so omo bo media mu ni say adwuma kese ne pa no esi omo so ujai obia de nti na officer oman bia no ewo eye ne mra ti ase unya asema onkoye mfunso onkobo okro no a de nti na eye asra ni ana police ni ba obepe baby edu ti akofhwe unya bone a uye de na hu soja ne na hu police abedwane udi bone dia na udu ti be hihya ubedwane ndi se ujai gumu saa se club owners no enye de omo pa ombe ye nyoma basa saa but you enforce the rules and regulations say enye adwuma then you enforce them to pay but masaka biem a bit difficult because one kasano club no more sponsorship monies was said here clubs in na wo honom say Gaka clubs in na wo honom say FA the Ghana Football Association enye Ghana Trees Association football ntina wo and is a footballers no wontimi and regulate more asitena mu enye yi a dey una was said there na wo hono say enye Black Stars FA no more enye Black Stars until but the Black Stars ba so mo focus no say the city in league na eti honom recent ni say the city Black Stars just some few moments bi no ma be pass through omo already aban no show omo dada o dia ni say omo control mu ni omo nyoma FIFA wo no nimo o na wo hwe na wo omo organization no udi omo ni ma omo games no also man no ebe represent omo o dia wo ya no wo core mandate no league na ye wo ha no but wo focus na onye ni ye wenti I think say Sanya can there but the ordinary nam no nye no the best solve ye problem no largely or so mo ehwe nitty gritties no eno ana bobo so no mo ya ebetimi aboa players no make signs so asha say kasa na me say say who be jewu I think so no na ka say o mentor Vitinha is it jewu na say jewu yes so ono so mentor Vitinha na oko bibia ni go stars so omo sign player bi ono so no a left back omo sign player ono so say o mentor Lami Yama or a winger yes such a guy no ni DNA escape me ono so o mentor Lami Yama so I was like hey every be a travel you players you know mo mentor mo ho obi say me born it say Samuel Osekofo obi say me born it say Emmanuel Osekofo him say you too Emmanuel Osekofo the ball drafts eko has ansa na okokotoko no ono wo so the born net say quality such a quality talent ti that time na you players local players na ya idealize your mo ankasa nko for we bi mpa say obekwa amonani a yet na ye Ghanaian obo ewa amonani but say sa conversation no asesa obiaya Lionel Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo, they be intira. They've been consistent. Omo ni mbo ne bo. Omo abrandi omo ho so ye. Enti omo na ado de ne susu ho a ebe ma obi ajiwadi ma obi ahu say indeed. But me feel say enye say wo do ho betoto nipa no keke. was saying na juma na oye no de bia meka sit back watch hwe de na nipa na wa ya consistent enya ne talent no ko a or work above himself or any personal training na oye ne diet no hwe ne ye enya adwani bia no digu ne yafunu nim o hwe ne hu ye ebi mfo mo personal trainers and all that ebi a be difficult at media ma Michael Osemo then Ember Power Okotoko ono every morning bia ono aye ne personal training Stephen Odromo Edupokumo no mo yo mo personal mebubo mo din because kumasia na matena and na minimum na mehu omo so and unu say no mo yo mo personal training until they were consistent at that time no not enough facilities so at yase but no mo dey no mo bo ebobo ni ye enti ene say o hwe san kofo na asambre ni ntwam football no nyoma bebre aba be hihye mo dey by training ye training oyeye ni ye na usua techniques na usua nyoma bi de keka ho mototo saa nyoma ni gu se ni je bebrebe no unwarranted ehun hia embo mo odu ho koto saa brofo na omo nye saa de ni bebre saa o Jagole sokoye bi Pep Guardiola shase so sadlane no kononom saa obro a na aba bonten Pep Guardiola on ba bonten me kan hwe o bad boy no ma o mobi enti he saa netie enti Messi mo na mudi omochi Lamine Yamal no just 17 years dia no ye ya at age 17 ya dia empenifo aye twam Ronaldo no ni Messi ma ye pe o mo asem no saa age no omunya ye no na omunya dia brantie ye enti enye kwa enti wo hwe ne bo no kwa kekesa o de ho atoto no so o se wagelize ni ye pikini nyoma a wo ya no enti o bo saa bo na o bo no enti ene sankofo na twam but ye nya obi a wapeke Agadas a ono so feel say oni ni ball coast and say wo hwe court football na eye ne din wani nya din a ebe ye din so e say obi firi mu aba nti Agadas boya kopie wo mediama and obi pie mu kotoko obi anim kotoko how enormous a pressure wo honom eye but oba boy na tin say why you kotoko team no so I need say obi captain and band no this one about maybe 3 years 4 years consistency performance but after 2 years man captaincy it means the attitude na right consistency spot on the ball na so no na enyoma eku ye so etimi ade man nti so obo ni din dia a o so ni ball coach ni mean so nim ne pa onim di oye ya ono so timi boy nya breakthrough ekobo media ma be ball kotoko onhua no so na on kan ne ball no because baby a waba no pressure no ano ye din or a Kumasi boy inti me show so with him the history behind the club now or kwakobo nti or kasa ansem ni mean say onim the challenges na e da honom na e twen no nti wanyire no ho e betimi amfa so de a koba ne sa e be hadwen straight to your friend say has say si benin say no kasa bebre ba say baby ono ade bro no ho a na fifi bansen ye ya no sa be si kwan no ye busa a simple question there say na catch us supporters no ye ko akwa wini president cup no e di amamo and I say oh afi na new coach aba which the second assembly America no enya dia obe expect players obeka but is he that obeka no and I say obeka say ye koje because supporters ni dey omo party and say masa this is house of folk trophy bi esi omo ni bia no person omo je and ambe because omo ni omo bitterest rival and ekwakobo nti wuntimi ma meka say ye ko president cup ayen konkoje nti from the word go also ka so ye bebo ye homodin say ye be ye dey ye be gi trophy no because last season fifi ban se kwatwe na adwene last season omo boy kotokoji fi omo se so we fi a no makofa sa is smart any ablo simba mo aba no na kotoko apam 22 players nti obi aka so we there has if one na de de but mu team na wo dada nti watara ebeche kotokofo ahwomo prosper na teogum etimi ye quick ekeka sa new players no etimi di bomu ema ne be share has 2-1 or so lady b or baby zid appear one appear referee no die no Juliet appear on di ye eno no ekokoda nti already last season ya enche omoje from himself nti wo ka say mo sa be bo another season bi na so ka say untimi enhye bo na bebu ni sa nyoma na odi bobom na na menim say maybe I no nam na tro but no person ye realistic because has a team no so no aye enye depleted as be a players no mu anase team no players no dodo na akọ but un say technical team no new faces and aba an experienced Masoud Didi Dramani we be expect say obey quick now wetimi gather the momentum not the pieces no abo any me dey no say difficult but our experience no onim quick how quick obetimi ahihye team no dia physical kotoko probably no anya a favorable result me hu ni say a 50-50 game but nsem no kan no yensem a e more dey obehwe because defender etimi pick the bitterest rival striker na so boni dia na e kire adwuma abeta mo a enso ye mbra o ne ha so focus ya na o say si be nya obi a ogo se wonim na na ne eden ne ho so odin o ma o kwan but abeta mo e mobile on jina faako yes obeto ma because on jina faako na abeka sa oba abetake no man to man oba abetake no onye obe vulnerable obe movie sa obe kono abasa and I know the mass confusion by between on Benjamin Asaria or found where Cocan's are born into me. Me sure say we soon a dear film and coming a yet Sunday game no a big game a bay fair. Whoever be born home or the on the baby and play no more do madrid echo superstition. But they say the most a gradual or more tears superstition and shut down bobo ni bebresa empire do be abo. Kokubun Sam no sort team nibi and I refiana. Now TV now tea no when him come shan kwan shan fa ne de number it is superstition there o person ogidi obejedi and no debatable there but me players no dodo na come here say na omo ano mo yesade no mo ye edi hunhuna so atiase but do na nkasa ni ho no mo no kosi pitch no so preparation how well I be prepare mentally how fortified I be and no ene beboa and a quality no so a ukuta na o de ba no game we dru baby a players na nkasa fesi o mo na so na o mo abo e de ama o mo ho nti ubehu individuals bi o so mo fa game ni si o mo na so na mo yes o mo body ama coach no any supporters no whoever obenya no eye better no ono na ebetime nya the day no so carry
we FKK ana wate ne ka FCM no na yes ya koye ni mo no 45 minutes past 11 enche na ye di dwumeli no elisi na uhwe program na uhwe eye screen no so number na egu no aha emre no so na bibie tuma obetumi afre na oso wache wa adwene 0597500939 0597500939 na wafre na oje wadwen kire e de abamefa kama na me yankwe
What is SA CAF? What's the Kumasi Asante Kotoko Baba ya? I want to use Baba Yara. Now, what the MBA mo na was there? Why? Abayama na was one. But Esiduma.
Pitch, agreed. Safety zone, dugout, enhanced media stance, CCTV camera installation, and have a scoreboard.
That's it. Yeah, for pitch.
Okay.
Nyaman kena abonya. Abra yenua pole ni issue ben GFF no na Ghana CIDs na no they came to a conclusion there dam nyemanya stadiums na stadiums na obobo ni ya wonya dam nyemanya o nti how come national stadium dam nyemanya still autosin o nti oye kotoko na wanye wona edwuma ana oye sport authority fo na wanye wona edwuma na me say this ya kotokofo na wanye wona edwuma ana ampofa ankra na ndom na wanye edwuma fine NSC no but e hono kotoko when you be there definitely so we bo FA Cup no so we winner they will play their perims no e wo Kumasi Sports Stadium we movie called Ashanti Gold Obuasi park and a pitch no one na wo hwe wo ye bibia wo di yemoto akwema e wo ye very okay ma wo ball nti say me there e ho na mo home games a na say nyima bi atosina or at least waso ebomozen na eye
Ashanti Gold or private owned nti to easily adopt it
and work on it and way easier when you are buying there
nti the best thing to do is to see
and while we him NSC no dey yomo nyoma
off from there. But what's now?
Of course, I
want to point.
Also,
because now we see a kind of picture so.
But it's really who's in the work also.
A man called.
Oh, yes, a couple of forward. Away from that, Kotoko was over there, Workable Confederation Cup. Into signings in our way, was there were strategical signings. Was it there 1 year signings there? Or 2 for 115 billion old Ghana cedi. That one for recruit players. Was it was say it's kind of just like that? What Tomat Folders, a guy, a very good player. But actually, one look for the away when you don't Justice Blay. It doesn't make sense. Yes, because what's it? Kotokofun pay for let's say there in discipline. Now them in discipline for the past 2-3 seasons, they be a Kotoko players in discipline 20 unko, 22 unko. About someone who also Kotoko team want to find solution to it. When you identify the problem, definitely there should be a solution to it. Until we say we're in discipline, about measures they put into place, Obama wage as a warrior. No, of course, since you also 70% of the salary, no 1 year now, and Sana, if not, he is staying. It is a Otsana or what another Justice Blade and other Kotokas a whole on board. No, as that he has a contract, so although fulfill. It's also only 1 year. Now, what's also clear that if that is the case, that why should the contract in we would there say what terminating the contractor due to them in discipline as now, which previously no ordinary. Now we condone up to what I want to, so he should go. And the what the contract in we would there we're about to terminate the woman 3 months salary. And also say there annual contract no get such statement in annual contract no. Okay, but when you mean I'm a permitting me in a sense there a busy Bessie, you bought a whole season. Team you bought a whole season. I one season for one farm and player. Player can be serious why I sign a contract. In the I sign a contract, I ain't registered.
Team no Division 1.
Over Division 1. Over Division 1. Team now, I'm players I bought a whole season. One whole season. I'm not playing this guy. Play the sewer as there. I sign a contract. It's I sign a contract. Playing or then ball. It means your forged documents. No what here. So over possible. Here a busuya yari be see that. Play a good ball a busuya. I know even I signed 3 years now. What about 3 years and 3 seasons now? Or can catch and I signed 6. What a fair bed, no, I signed 6 in this signature, signatories, BBA, Nara. I say, I never want one bassa. So, what I didn't here. This is our friend. Man, could fear management in 1 war if you want, yes, 6 years. Wow. It's a better cast as a player or then you be behind you, man. It was a contract in it to one over there, Marasebio, school and Mankobi. PB or coin. More osmosi saying let's actually obey to then you are good to go. Actually, that be there's one as I can come. The bill. And that is the best. That is the best. Azuma. That is it.
Account went trial. And yet agents name managers lawyer. No, actually contracts important.
As well as okay. Also, say oko school kwechira nka boxing nko yeska wo mankasa because no school same unity. So a woman 5 cedis na woman 1 cedi. What was 1 cedi mayo na 4 cedi. Crack tell you ma zo back nka no. Until the na say ya no bomb mazin because away from that yeah share we be the car send Ghana born Olugu we don't have quality. Or true. Quality because juvenile league we go. Some coach now from Abra. Since your juvenile teams in a way, quality way train on. In the our quality, about under 10 and under 13 day, Jen, one of them not too fiha, akwa flat ka training na bra ebe that is it nti orugu abolisi ayi park you want Cape Coast a whole ye park yi bibia eboko na small sided fine small sided no boa but pokuru under 10 and the 13 and the 15 and the 17 that was small sided not for 6 players and 7 players oh you bugu why training na which is bad it is a young development in a very bad ongoing development in ongoing gone at the base now coast league and a juvenile league so one no eco school mpa a pentam wa ma abofo boot akotrain just Saturday Sunday o match bibo
and even kula no kwapo bo mu a o ma no to bo bo at the school kula
yes focus when you good school to call
time no mun
probably a better discussion for another
that is it in quality ni ya ko
short players in the way juvenile
that is it
omo boche so I say na so that am kotoko how the youth team has with youth team can face with youth team omo nya with youth team to omo an go school league omo an bebo
fichire coach na omo an ebo say na ka say curtain raiser wo ho before say bebo league game bia there will be a curtain raiser for the youth teams no the player now already drew the senior team no we mature that so always you know the quality no e wa hanum omo mbekọ de but the quality will still be with us until you're losing nyina
all is one can assess the very 30 seconds na interview no here no no ka say me there abe ope akonja akakọ justify wa heart no odua mpemfu bi do odamon chapters otutu eska damasa no nkatene bia nka bio waka but mo nkatene bia nka damasa me bio yes this year so for the battery pain preko this kind of man will you be able and aboard enough watch it yimuzo yim no anchire that is the issue that is the problem any beautiful players yim problem here
but it's not even him saying it it is what it is
yes you know no kwano but akaka no kwano na enye issue Yamal one play bi baka there on Saturday so call press conference and as Osha cap obede one kaso no post Vinicius Osha chew Ronaldo Osha chew Rodrigo Osha chew about 4-5 players I Osha cap or posting one duty it means one reply but I now we will keep quiet inzi what today we can and that some work area but next time that's a very good player and this is the time I made an interview I mean with at least one or a very good guy when it comes to answering questions during interviews but he is a below belt until next time so when you are going on find your money
okay 56 minutes past 11 enter the BC na yafere akona yako joy na yakofa kasebono enso eti abram 0597500939 0597500939 ubitumi abana wa chewa adwene Francis Mensah enso ehwe from Pedu Summit Hotel ho ana ono so ehwe dwumade no enso edi efree edi eba enso eho itisa ana enso esi etie eho no na me for birthday wish we enko enfama abranti ani din edi 777 777 o wasin fosu na omso bobo na mumu motim bonu bi ni bonu mumu motim ane se minim de esi unim bona atifie de ane se wonya de se me ana cha ane ombre se keep de bebre wa omra fosu de se tim so to ngo pe bi embo sanso na sister Cecilia Obiri enso ewo yaf member ewo Presbyterian Church of Ghana Ebenezer congregation Pedu and sister Cecilia Obiri happy birthday enko enso emfa emau enso FKK aka simanu miensa ye ko wana ochiano na no pe ni
say by na yin na di dwumade man ye come anti Ghana dey football no baby en na metro on say as ade chi bia say kakra o kan we a o kan no crazy me amanfo mpese obetie unless we di game na chi na nche by mu bia janyanko padom ye nya akwanya di akire be hwe Anyi bia no has a folk of Dombo Temo, Jacob Netemo, Hai Kotokomo, Dupukumo, Sinodromo, Crampoera, no Poebana. I think it's a game no, a swearing in a effect. Now, Combat over Ramon and Indian Crampona, still Combat said, Obeshi Fidian or so. A basi is in your memo. Adia, Gugua, say, you can be Omunti, now more Yankee can you mention Omuti a bebo de Omuya, born in Kuya, Wamo Pani Philly. Omoa club winners, nti omonje criticism no entuno mu se enko yenti ne can be brace and until say ye bedru sa a stand that level no a ye hu say ya sa back no ye be obviously
FKK no atin canamic
Collins which ya national for Facebook and YouTube no one na ofia wa hwe ya na Coastal Sports Club chichi
Hello, coach. Yate Nenkano, Simano Akabako, na Yemfa NC, na Mamanko Anka for maximum security office, prison officers, 3 big one Maza, Umufi program no, DSP appear, Anna a DSP Usu, Omina DSP 4, Anabakoye DSP Nanado, Dankwa. When I'm getting PTB, Massa, or have been bruta. Ti Yachi or Mumian Sena, Anka for maximum prison office hono mu ewo sanso ana chairman Stephen Kodwan we be chairman emno chimi baaye no be din komo hwe na yi ne ye aha enti emno chisu no din birthday aha enti chairman Cape Coast North MPP chairman
so far na masami from kaka abra teams na one juvenile phone a total 94 Sunday special funny ya pede ye hia won na mre no so a ya buzbo tuga na ye hia won na ye to anu na afa ya park na ore waka no anti asero ko enyo
yati edru aso ye campus Francis wa no media the Collins afane oti FKK and can also dynamic enso ebaye enso ebeka yensa Francis ejina Campbell nechi eboaye uko MCR Benes Michael ene Richard omunyina eboaye ana yede bae aso ba Kofi Esuman ene Mr. Umar bin Abdallah Professor Kwamana Bamfo je munyina enso eboaye na edugumede na brem Central Sports ana nyame admo ochina yebaba cha Friday yebaba mumpu yebaba be program Joy News happiness yeko.
These plus business news, sports, showbiz, and world today in this package. Independent, fearless, and credible. Please stay. Thank you for staying with us here on News Today. We'll start with a strike action. Now, the Tertiary Education Workers Union Ghana, TUGH, has declared a strike protesting what it describes as the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission's persistent refusal to recognize the union's representatives on the governing councils of public universities. At a news conference in Kumasi, President of TUGH, Abdullah Sulemana Rahman, announced that all members across the country would lay down their tools. Now, joining me to have a conversation on this is Charles Arthur, Chairman, TEU Ghana KNUST chapter. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Let's start with how unified the strike effort is nationwide. Are all the TEU-GH branches participating in full?
Yeah, thank you very much, my sister, and good afternoon to your cherished listeners. Yes, it is. This is a nationwide strike. And as a result of that, once it has been declared, every TEU Ghana member in public university is affected, it has to adhere to the guidelines and the rules and the direction by the national. So it is nationwide and it is affecting everybody.
Okay, now let's get into it. Why is the representation on the University Governing Council so crucial to Tewu GH, and what really do you risk? What do you believe would you be risking if you're absent from the council?
You know, it's what is happening now. We see it to be a cheating on the part of the government institutions, because when the law says something, we must go by the law, because if we did not go by the law, then we'll create chaos in the system. If the University Council has a slot for a union, and the union now, we have 2 unions, then we only have to look at the enabling law and then see how we'll deal with that matter, which of course, Professor Abdullah Jinapor, the Director General of GTEC, was doing it. And unfortunately, he cut it and decided to, as it were, take a unilateral decision to bring us to where we are now. So it is the law that says that we have a union representative on the University Council. And once it's the law, then we must follow it.
What reasons have they been given to take your representation off? What reason have they been given?
They are saying that the name in the, what do you call it, in the University Act is the name of the TUC. And therefore, they think that they will have to be there until the act is amended. Once we look through the act, the name that differs from the TUC name. TUC name is Teachers and Educational Workers Union of TUC Ghana. The name in the Act 80 as amended is Teachers and Education Workers Union. So this is a generic name that one union cannot take it and say that it belongs to me. And after that, they are saying that we have just come into a system, and then TUC has been in existence for 58 years. As a result of that, they think that they're supposed to be there. And we are saying that no, initially you said the name. When we raise the issue that the name are not the same because identical and same are not the same, then they are now moving from that and say that they have been in existence for long and therefore they should be on council rather than that has come just 2 or 3 years ago. Even though we have majority of the workers, and here they are ignoring the what we call the enabling law, Labor Regulation 2007, LI 1833, Section 10(1) of that law clearly shows that when we have 2 unions, the labor officer with the same membership, the labor officer will have to be notified. And then he will carry what do you call it, verification to determine which of the unions is having a majority of the workers, so that they will be that union will be issued with a bargaining certificate to represent the workers. This one, the Minister of Education, the Minister of Employment and Labor Relations, and others, and the GTEC are all ignoring this law that will bring peace in governing this matter and using their own.
Let me get a bit of clarity. Of course, is it the case that that union really existed a little over 40 years, over 50 years? And did you belong to that body at all? Why do we have 2 now?
Yes, we belong to that union, but we saw that it's not helping us simply because that particular union, it's having so many branches. One union called TUC, it's having branches in what do you call it, Ghana Education Service. All 9 teaching staff belongs to them. Library Board, all of them belongs to them. Museum and Monument Board, and then some private schools and other things. So and then initially technical universities and then public universities. We saw that this will not help us. And in most cases, most of the leadership have not worked in the university before, and they do not understand the tenets of the university. And they always shortchange us when it comes to issue of negotiation. So the public university sat down and said that no, when you come to the university, all university unions are university-based. UTAC is university-based. GAWA is university-based. Senior Staff Association is university-based. Therefore, we as a team, we must also be a university-based. Hence, we decided that we have to part with them, and we parted with them since 2nd June 2022.
What will it take for the act to be amended so that it will give way for you, Tewu GH, to have a place on the governing council?
No, the issue is that it's not about that. The TUC were representing us on the council because they were having the the bargaining certificate. The bargaining certificate will give you the opportunity of representation. It is the reason why they were representing us. So it's the reason why that the law is also saying that anytime we have two unions with the same membership, then that law will have to be used. So it's not a matter of going to change the act because their name, first of all, is not in the act. So it's not a matter of going to change. It's a matter of using the enabling law, Section 10(1) of the labor regulation. As I have told you earlier on, if that is, it has happened in some of the unions, health service workers, it's happened between them and the laboratory professional association. It happened, and nobody said anything about it. So we are of the people.
Let's understand the impact of this strike on the universities. Generally, which sections of the universities will be affected?
Thank you very much. We have, when it comes to issue of that, the university library, we have members there. We have sanitary, all our members. Security, the chunk of the members there are members. Hospital, we have them there. The grounds and gardens are with us. The drivers are with us. And then many more. Some of the offices, because in every office you will get the clerk or you will get the junior staff and some senior staff who belongs to us. So it will affect the vice chancellors in the university, and then for that matter, the management of the university knew that our action will affect them. But for Professor Jinapor, who is not working in the university, for Honorable Minister of Education, who is not working in the university, will take it that it will not do anything. We are yet to see whether it will do something or it will not do so. But in our view, we believe that withdrawal of our services clearly will clearly affect the running of the university. Take Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, where they use it to convey people, students, and we said that our drivers are not going to drive them. What will happen to them?
Okay, have you exhausted all of your negotiations, dialogue, all of the means possible?
We have done that, my sister. We have done that. We have.
What will it take for you to come back? What will it take for you to call off the strike? What will it take for you to call off the strike?
What will take us to come back is that we are saying that the letter that Professor Jinapor has written to the parents university allowing the TEU GUC to be represented on CAS, even though they are minority. If you take Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, we are 785, they are 123. And you said that they should go to council as against us. And then even Tamale is 582 against 14, and the Winneba 2 is 400 against 10. We are saying that other universities that they don't even TEU does not have even members. Okay. So we are saying that all these things they have to withdraw them, and then verification is done, and then we know who's supposed to represent, and then we represent because the majority is on our side.
Thank you, Mr. Charles Atta. Thank you for joining us today on Joy News Today. Now, moving on, the opposition New Patriotic Party is questioning the Electoral Commission's decision to rerun elections in 19 polling stations at Ablekuma North, as it vehemently rejects the EC's decision to hold fresh elections there. That constituency is yet to have a member of parliament more than 6 months after the 2024 parliamentary polls. The Electoral Commission on Wednesday, in a statement, said it will conduct fresh polls in 19 polling stations in the area, a move being rejected by the opposition New Patriotic Party.
The New Patriotic Party finds the Electoral Commission's sudden U-turn on Ablekuma North stalemate as not only shocking, but also disingenuous and unlawful. The party thus completely rejects the decision of the Commission to rerun the polling station elections in the said 19 polling stations, and we shall proceed to advance our reasons. It will be recalled that the High Court Accra on 4th January 2025 granted an application filed by the MPP to compel the EC to conduct its constitutional and statutory duty of completing the constituency coalition exercise in 4 outstanding constituencies. The EC gave the following justification. I quote, "The Commission arrived at the decision to rerun the election in the underlisted polling stations because the 19 scanned polling station results used for the collation, though approved by agents of both political parties, were not verified by the presiding officers responsible for those polling stations, unquote. Ladies and gentlemen, let it be on record that at the meeting with the Electoral Commission on 1st July, our representatives, the persons of Evans Nimakun, our Director of Research and Elections, and Ebenezer Nati, Honorable Ebenezer Nati, former Member of Parliament for Abdulkumar Central, representing our party, vehemently opposed the position of the Electoral Commission. So it cannot be that after extensive discussion, the EC painting the picture as if the parties there agreed to their roadmap.
We'll try and connect with my colleague Kenneth Ejesi to bring us more from that news conference. But yesterday on The Pulse, we spoke to the Deputy General Secretary of the NPP, who indicated that, well, they are not in support of a rerun, and they look forward to not attending or participating to that rerun that the Electoral Commission is asking for. They in turn as well provided more evidence as to the kind of engagement that they have had with the Electoral Commission prior to this new statement. We also brought you the statement by the Electoral Commission yesterday, and they had cited why. They said that both parties were still firm on their previous reasons why they wanted their way out of this applicable North parliamentary elections. We'll bring you that, but stay with me as in Parliament, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Ghana and India will continue to deepen their relationship between the two countries. Addressing members of parliament as part of his two-day official visit to Ghana, Prime Minister Modi said he and President John Mahama have agreed to elevate the relationship between the two countries into a comprehensive partnership. I'll bring you that shortly, but I'll take you back to that press conference that just happened by the NPP. My colleague Kenneth Ejesi joins me. Kenneth, what did we miss and what more have they been saying?
Well, so the NPP has taken a decision, and that is that they're going to head to court to challenge the decision. They say by the close of today, they would have filed processes in court challenging the decision. Now, they make the point that the Electoral Commission does not have any mandate or right to order for rerun, and that is only the mandate of the court. The court will have to mandate a rerun of it, and so they're going to challenge the process in court. And they are raising concerns, raising questions as to why the Electoral Commission has backtracked on its initial 3 outstanding polling stations that they said they were going to run. They said that in a letter dated June and in May, the Electoral Commission did inform them that they're going to rerun the elections in only 3 polling stations. And when the Deputy Electoral Commissioner appeared in Parliament, he reiterated that point that they were going to rerun the elections in only 3 polling stations. Now, they are raising concerns that after an interview on Joy News by Johnson Esidu-Gezia, the NDC's national chairman, the Electoral Commission has taken a new position, and that is to conduct elections in 19 polling stations. So they are alleging that there's some pressure from government for them to, extend the number of polling stations from 3 to 19 to, in attempt, favor the ruling NDC. And the woman in question, Nana Priya, is also here. She's in a high spirit. The NPP has insisted that she is the legitimate winner of that particular elections that was held at Ablekuma constituency.
Right. So have they indicated what they will do next?
Yes, and what they will do next is to head to court, and they're going to do that before the close of today. They're going to file processes in court to challenge the decision because they say it is an illegality for the Electoral Commission to declare that they are going to conduct a rerun. They say that the Electoral Commission has no right to do that, no power, unless a court to do that. So that's why they're going to challenge the decision in court.
Right. Thank you so much, Kenneth Jesse, for bringing us updates from that NPP news conference. And I'll take you back to Parliament, where Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi says Ghana and India will continue to deepen the relationship between the two countries, addressing members of Parliament as part of his two-day official to elevate the relationship between the two countries into a comprehensive partnership.
Our relationship knows no bounds. And with your permission, may I say, our friendship is sweeter than your famous sugar-loaf pineapple. With President Mahama, we have decided to elevate our ties to a comprehensive partnership. Friends, the world order created after the Second World War is changing fast.
And I'll take you to our parliamentary affairs correspondent, Kweku Asante, to bring us more on this. Now, Kweku, the Prime Minister has been full of praise for Ghana's democratic credentials. Is that the case?
Well, yes, MF, according to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Ghana continues to be a beacon of democratic development and consolidation on the African continent. He praised how Ghana has gone through successive elections, how we've been able to do our things in a way that has not led to conflicts among others. According to the Prime Minister of India, if Ghana continues on this trajectory, it will continue to become a global force, a much respected body, and Ghana will continue to blaze the trail when it comes to democratic development in Ghana. Listen to the Prime Minister.
Oh, Kweku, I definitely will bring them that footage a bit later. But tell me what the Speaker of Parliament and other members have been saying, all their reactions.
Well, the expectation ordinarily was that the leadership on both sides of the House, the minority leader and the majority leader, would have made some comments after the address by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, but that was not to be because of the very, very tight and packed schedule of the Prime Minister. So as soon as he was done, the Speaker did make some concluding remarks, and then the Prime Minister had to leave. Ultimately, we understand he is scheduled to leave Ghana to another country today, and so the schedule did not permit that. But the Speaker of Parliament did talk about how the Indian government has collaborated with the Ghanaian counterparts in a number of areas over the last few years. And in fact, in Parliament today, some members were dressed as Indians, in particular the Member of Parliament for Douglas Yakwa, who actually had a headscarf like an Indian. There was also the Member of Parliament for Sikado Ketan, who also dressed like an Indian female. And they were all on the floor with the Speaker of Parliament actually making a remark as a joke that some of these members of Parliament were actually already ready to collaborate with the Indian Parliament when it comes to doing some of these things. And so members of Parliament on both sides have been expressing joy as the Indian Prime Minister did come to the country to address the Parliament of Ghana and is now set to depart later in the day.
Thank you so much, Kweku. When talking about dressing and outfits, you look amazing in that suit. All right, moving on, let's go to the court next. The High Court in Accra has fixed July 18 for the commencement of the trial of former National Signals Bureau Director General Kwabena Edubuahene and 3 others over the misappropriation of 49 million Ghana cedis cybersecurity defense software. Now, this was after the court dismissed the accused person's request for national security accounts since 1992. Justice John Nyate Nyedu, who read the concluding part of his decision, said the full ruling can be applied for on Monday, July 7. Now, the embattled NSB former Director General and 3 others, Angela Ajay Boateng, Mildred Donko, and Advantage Solutions, who have been charged for allegedly stealing 49 million Ghana cedis earmarked for the purchase of cybersecurity defense, have pleaded not guilty to a combined 11 counts, including stealing. These nationals arrested for alleged involvement in illegal mining have been remanded for 2 weeks by the Bekwai Circuit Court. According to Police Prosecutor ASP Beidu, a fifth suspect whose name is given as Lee is at large. Police claim the suspects in their caution statement have admitted to the defense, indicating their colleague who is at large engaged their services. Nana Ojima has more in this report.
The suspects were charged by prosecution on 3 counts of conspiracy to mine without lawful authority and mining without authority. They were also charged with possession of firearms and ammunition without lawful authority. According to prosecution, the suspects were arrested in an operation on the 27th July 2025 at Old Atetem in the Adanse Asokwa district of the Ashanti region for alleged engagement in illegal mining along the Subin and Jimmy rivers.
You have a Bololi number for your head? No head.
The operation was led by CEO of the Minerals Development Fund, Dr. Hannah Louisa Bisiu Korte, with her team and personnel from the Ashanti South Regional Police Command.
So what has happened is that actively they are on high alert. So any strange movement, they move out. But we are not too much into them now because you see, now we have the machine, the honest will come. The first person we had there, he denied involvement. You were there. When the guys were carrying those pumps, we asked them to bring, said, load them. Where did they load? Into that very person's vehicle. And a good Samaritan has taken time out to be plying the road with his motorbike. And he said, he didn't know there was a security person in the guy's car. Said, that guy going, he's the one doing this galamsey. So don't worry, there's a security man. So we have a full car of engineers, and they are coming to take these machines. So the owners, they'll have to come forward. Yeah.
According to the police, the suspects were actively mining at the time of their arrest. Prosecution told the court that 4 semi-automatic pump action guns and 20 BB live cartridges were retrieved from them. The police further indicated 11 excavator machines were seen at the mining sites. Part of 4 of them had been removed to immobilize the equipment. The 7 excavators were transported to the regional police headquarters and impounded. Prosecution says efforts are underway to get the one who is said to be at large. For Joy News, Nana Ojima, Bekwai.
You're watching Joy News today. Let's do the National Science and Maths quiz next. I'll bring you the update on the National Science and Maths quiz if you stay with me after this break.
So, Charlie, the deal there, I almost get her.
Pipe, as tough as it can get.
You so sorry. Would you back sorry? Oh, what I'm getting you was a thing. What the cat never won. You can catch him. Hey! Na ampai.
Between the and cap high and cabo.
Hey, madam, pipe any.
Hey, a sentence pipe.
me tono omo ka kyerem se ne ho den pa say ye fie say ye fom ne de pipe ye bia eye ne gam Syntex pipe wey eliki come madam. From today, Syntex pipe be my pipe. No two ways. When you know, pipe be na be use.
Syntex pipe.
Syntex pipe. In carry water. No hala.
When I was young, I asked my mother the secret of hair vitality and health. She said, the right food, the right exercise, the right amount of sleep, and the right blood tonic. Nescafe Blood Tonic is effective for the treatment of anemia, lack of appetite, and stressful conditions in both adults and children.
Nescafe Blood Tonic, the right family blood tonic. Another quality product from Ernest Chemists. This advertisement has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Every day, people have money emergencies.
I need my school fees.
Emergency.
Mommy,
chop money. Emergency. Emergency. Catch it. I'm your rent. Emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial star 770 hash for all your money emergencies and top life.
Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and get easy and quick access to your money, loans, and other banking needs. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
From disappearing coastlines in Keta to vanishing harvests across our farmlands, Ghana is living the climate crisis. Yet, amid the chaos, hope rises from youth activists, researchers, and local innovators working daily for a sustainable future. But these efforts remain scattered, policies stall, communities are left behind. It is time to connect the dots. Join Joy News in partnership with Climate Development Knowledge Network and the Office of the Minister in charge of Climate Change and Sustainability for a national dialogue on coordinating climate action in Ghana. A policy to action call. It is a power-packed conversation aimed at bridging policy, innovation, and action. Ghana's climate policy actions. Where are we? Let's hold ourselves to account. Let's spotlight solutions. Let's shape Ghana's climate future together. Will you be part of the change? It's live on Joy News and Joy 99.7 FM on Thursday, the 3rd of July 2025 at 6 p.m. Also streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Joy News, independent, fearless, and credible.
This week on the Career Trail.
If you pick a DH by DH dress to wear, you wear it with such pride and confidence because you will not meet someone on the street wearing it. When God gives you an assignment, like I say, He gives you help. A baby was put on my laps, and then the person said, I had this baby within Sanctuary in Yankopon. The joy I get when I'm done with the experience, I don't think I can explain. Because I feel my assignment is done. Until you are ready to be there, God will push you.
Coastal TV, you will fire that by Ubuntu. It's about development. You discuss issues of national concern, issues of central concern, matters that concern Central Region and Ghana. Ubuntu Sama offer Kepus, baby will be a Ubuntu Sama offer. Or your one and Asadi, there or Saturday, or the Ubuntu, or the baby on the other being Fubana over Trasi. The way and what the man. Or your one and Asadi, those in Puntu Baba Kepus. One and Asadi, those in Puntu Baba Central Region. One and Asadi, those in Puntu or Baba Gani Nara. Ubuntu Sama offer Kepus, baby will be a Ubuntu Sama offer. Or your one and Asadi, there or Saturday, or the Ubuntu, or the baby. A in the P and a Batinasi, women down of Pediara. Live ever Coastal TV. Coastal TV, your own face, your own voice.
No me yesi machara. Yesi macharo. Mewe. Viti taenya famuji. Yesi miatu.
On Joy News today, my name is Winston Taki, and out to our first business story. Enterprise Group has declared a dividend of 0.125 pesos per share for its shareholders, marking a 30% rise from the previous year's distribution. Addressing shareholders at the company's annual general meeting in Accra, Board Chairman Kelly Kajepo attributed the group's solid performance in 2024 to a 30.5% growth in insurance revenues, driven by the adoption of improved technology in premium collection and service delivery.
Shareholders at the annual general meeting in Accra, Board Chairman Kelly Gajepo credited Enterprise Group PLC's strong performance in 2024 to a 30.5% growth in insurance revenues, driven largely by the adoption of enhanced technology in premium collection and service delivery.
In spite of the difficult macroeconomic environment, our group delivered strong financial results in 2024. Insurance revenues increased by 30.5%, while other revenue grew by 32.2% compared to the previous year. In light of this performance, the Board of Directors of your company is pleased to recommend a final dividend of 0.126 Ghana cedis per share, representing a 30% increase from the previous year and amounting also to a total payout of 21.5 million Ghana cedis, subject, as always, to shareholder approval.
Group Chief Executive Officer Daniel Labitieku expressed optimism about Ghana's improving macroeconomic outlook and assured shareholders of even stronger performance in the coming year.
We think that the economic environment is gradually stabilizing, so it's pretty much within our control to be able to execute some of the agenda that we have. 2025 is going to see us very aggressive in the digital space, technology deployment, to enhance the engagement we have with our customers. I think customer retention is also key to us. If our customers are happy, they stick with us, and that is what we seek to do.
The group recorded a significant 49.6% growth in net profit, marking a sharp recovery from the 24.7% decline experienced in 2023. Profit after tax surged to 366 million Ghana cedis, up from 193 million in 2023.
Away from that, the Ghana Revenue Authority has assured it is on course to conclude all work on the proposed value-added tax reforms by September this year. This is to allow for full implementation by the government in the 2026 economic policy and budget. Commissioner of Domestic Revenue at the GRA, Edward Apenten Jamere, has been speaking to Joy Business after a stakeholder engagement with some traders in Accra.
Value-added tax reform has become necessary as the government has identified some distortions in the payment processes after implementation for more than a decade. As part of the review process, stakeholders are being urged to make inputs before the final draft is released. Commissioner of Domestic Tax at the GRA, Edward Apenten Jamara, spoke to Joy Business after a stakeholder engagement in Accra.
We are expected to complete the drafting by September. So we complete the engagement within the next 2 weeks. We'll start doing the draft. When we are done with the draft, we'll come back again, engage stakeholders for them to go through and see what is coming, what is in there, their input that have been considered. Those that we are not able to take on board, we'll provide explanations to them and come up with a document that will be acceptable to Ghanaians.
Tax consultant Francis Timoboy welcomed the processes and urged the government to intensify engagement for smooth rollout.
When you are doing reforms, there's a need to carry the people who are affected. You need to carry them along. It's interesting, some of the comments that they are making, and it tells you that if you come out with a policy and you don't engage them, you are likely to face some challenges. So the unintended consequences, some fantastic ideas have been shared here. And I believe that the Ministry of Finance will consider those ones before they come out with their policies. One key thing that resonates with me is that the VAT system operates such that if you have sold on credit and you haven't collected the money, yet they expect you to come and pay. The question is, where do I get the money from? And if you sell to institutions like government, which takes maybe like 6 months to come and pay, you literally have to go and look for money somewhere at an interest rate to come and pay for the VAT. And these are some of the concerns raised by the traders. So I'm happy that it's coming up. We all have to, come together. Sometimes we ask them, what do they suggest?
The reform is expected to improve VAT contribution to domestic revenue.
That's all for business. For more business update, visit myjoyonline.com/business. My name is Winston Taki. We have more news for you after this break. Stay tuned.
Coastal TV, dwumadi foforɔ yɛda ba yɛato Ubuntu. It's about development. You discuss issues of national concern, issues of central concern, matters that concern Central Region and Ghana. Ubuntu sama offer capos, baby will be a Ubuntu sama offer. Or your one and answer there or Saturday or the Ubuntu or the baby on a year in Fubana.
The founder of God's Way International Heaven Church, Patricia Isiedio, popularly known as Nana Agrada, has been convicted by the Circuit Court for charlatanic advertisement and defrauding by false pretense. Now, the court, presided over by Her Honor Evelyn Asamoah, has ordered a pregnancy test to be conducted on her before her sentencing. This development comes after she was found guilty of advertising a money-doubling scam, duping church members into giving her money for an all-night service at a Ouija church in Accra. More to follow if you stay with us. It's a developing story. The NSMQ next. Now we start from the Western region. Adubia Sare is there where the stage is set for a high-stake contest. Adubia, what is it like today? Can you hear me? If you can hear me, kindly unmute.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you're very audible. Thank you. What's it like today?
So minutes ago, this place was just choked. I mean, the atmosphere here was electrifying. I'm here with the current winners of the first contest. Who are they? Okay, so Bishop Water Girls have just aced the first contest and they've secured a slot to contend with other winners for today for the final championship, the Western Regional Championship. Now, the Amesima Senior High School really gave them a run for their money because in the first round they were not seeing top. Were you people seeing top in the first round? They were not seeing top in the first round. But still in the second round they were still not seeing top. They led in the second round, but Amefima was right behind them with a point. In the third round they were still lagging behind. They had 35 points. Amefima was at 39. It took the 4th round, which obviously is their stronghold. That's the riddles round. They just aced it, and they've ended with 47 points. MFR.
That's impressive. What would it be for them moving forward? And that's for the Western region. What would it be for them moving forward?
So what's it going to be like for you moving forward? Tell me. Are you winning this?
Well, we started with the grace of God. The grace of God has seen us through, and it is evident because we started with 73 points, we moved on with 47 points, and we are going to win this because the grace of God.
MFA, let me ask them this question. So they are going to contend with champions like GSTS, who are already a seeded school, and then the current regional champions, that's St. John's. Their contest is currently underway, and I can hear that they are already getting their questions, their answers right. What do you have to say about this?
Okay, so no matter, even if they win their contest, we are still being victorious because we still have the grace of God with us. So it's going to be a sweet victory.
Okay, so you're winning today's championship?
Yes.
Okay, so MFA, they are very hopeful that they are going to be crowned today's champion. They are going to be crowned today as Western Regional champions. Let's see how it goes. We can only wish them all the best. May the best school win.
Of course, we wish them the best. Now, away from the Western region, I'll take you to the Bono region where Collins Frimpong is on standby. Collins, what's it like in that region?
It looks like today is a day of comeback. Everyone is doing comeback back to back to back. That's what has also been happening here as we are telling the Western region. When it comes to scenarios here where we are having the current we are having the zonal semi-final. The first contest just ended, and nobody actually took Bekum, Frederick Senior High School, to make it to the final. Yesterday, I told you about Shomodom where they defeated Tenkampo. Today, we are having President of Bekum, President FHS, defeating Techiman Senior High, who in the last 3 years, they have been to the zonal finals before. Bekum has not been to the zonal finals before in the last 7 years. And also coming into this contest, nobody takes them because they were going to meet the likes of Techiman, who had 56 points in their first contest, and also Sake Senior High School, who defeated the top zonal champions, Senior High School, with just 3 points. They secured 49 points.
Right.
So coming in this time around, they were losing until the last round where they were losing, and the radio, they changed all their last 2 radios to secure a place in the zonal finals, which will come up tomorrow.
Thank you.
3 more contests to go on today.
Okay, thank you so much, Collins. We'll wait for the results of those contests as well. Time now for World Today. Now, the African Development Council is asking President John Mahama to, as a matter of urgency, quote, diplomatically mediate for peace restoration to the country as soon as possible to prevent further bloodshed, end quote. Now, the ADC says this has become necessary because the UN, the AU, and ECOWAS and other bodies responsible for restoration of peace have failed to act. Now let's engage Engineer Dr. Bright Sogwe, President, Africa Development Council. Thank you so much for joining us today. Now let's start. Now, what exactly does the ADC mean by, quote, diplomatic exit package, end quote, for the embattled Togolese leader? What might this include?
Yes, thank you very much, and then my regards to the viewers as well. As it is now, the situation in Togo is getting out of control. And let's look at the nations bordering Togo. We have Burkina Faso to the north, we have Ghana to the west, and Benin to the east. Now, among these 3 nations, it's only Ghana that is relatively peaceful. And the likelihood that there will be high influx of refugees from Togo, high influx of refugees from Togo is very high. And the economic implications for Ghana will be very, very catastrophic.
Right.
The reason the Africa Development Council is calling on the president of Ghana to intervene. And the package is this. I mean, for a sitting president to let go must be assured of its of his diplomatic immunity, and then for his family as well.
Okay, I mean, that sounds pretty straightforward and clear, but thank you for joining us today. And I'm certain that your statement is out. We'll be engaging you subsequently in our bulletins. Please stay for sports.
Bringing you sports now on Journeys today with me, Muftau Nabila Abdullah. Safoda Ventures and McDan Group have signed up for this year's Joy Sports Invitation that will be happening on August 9 at University of Ghana Stadium. The chairman of the McDan Group, Daniel Macaulay, says that his team will win about 60% of the events that Joy Sports has put together for this year's competition.
This year for me is going to be crazy. One of the tournaments that we've been winning, which I really love, is the Jama one. You know, this season, I want to bring our own judges for the Jama competition because we weren't so happy we didn't win the last year Jama competition. We're supposed to win that Jama competition. But I don't know what happened, so we'll bring our international judges to be part of your judges and see what happened. This year we are winning tennis, football. The volley is always for us, so we'll not even compete with anybody. I know our opponents wouldn't want to even appear. So that one is a done deal. We are training 2 athletes to take those trophies. So we are very confident that we are likely to wipe about 60% of all the trophies. So Ghana should be ready. Corporate Ghana should be ready. And we are coming. And we like the noise. So you see our first badge coming in our t-shirts with a Jama. Everybody must be ready for us.
And as I mentioned earlier, Safoda Ventures, ARV Apex have all signed up. As of Monday, about 15 companies have already signed up for this year's Joy Sports Invitational Tournament, which is happening on August 9. And to sign up, just take a look at the crawler. You can either contact us on 05401064666 or go to myjoyonline.com and download the form, fill it and submit it to us, and you will secure your slots for this year's Joy Sports Invitational Tournament. Media reports that came in this morning spoke about the fact that Liverpool forward Diogo Jota died at the age of 28 in a car crash in Spain, and Liverpool have confirmed his demise. Head on to myjoyonline.com and read some more sports stories. We appreciate your company.
My name is Lois Shola Adeyemi, and it is time for Showbiz. Now, veteran Ghanaian rapper Nii Adokwe, popularly known in showbiz as Tiny, has revealed that he originally started his career rapping in Twi and English, but later switched to Ga. This, he said, was after realizing it was only way to stay true to himself and his roots. Explaining why he initially chose Twi, Tiny pointed out that this decision was for commercial advantage. Please take a look at this video.
Twi is the most spoken language in Ghana, so, you know, when you're doing something in Twi, to you, faster it to go. You know, patronizing the market-wise, I mean, fast. So I decided to do my thing in Twi, but later on, I realized, no, I'm not original. I have to be me and represent where I'm coming from. You know, that's why I went back to my pen and my paper. I wrote Rokola Kwakwe and the follows. Yeah.
So whose idea was it for you to switch from Chi to Ghana?
Myself.
Yourself? Oh, okay.
No.
I heard some rumor it was Hammer.
No, it wasn't Hammer. Before meeting Hammer, I was a Ghana rapper before meeting Hammer, because I remember I met Hammer through Pa Dogo when Dogo was going to record his album, and Hammer was looking for a Ghana rapper. So Dogo actually told Hammer about me.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice.
So Hammer gave me a call. I was home and he called me. It's at East Legon, and I drove there and I met him and blah blah. So it wasn't Hammer at all.
Right, away from that, gospel musician also revealed how she started. The gospel musician we're talking about is Dinah Hamilton. She explained how she started her musical career as a backing vocalist for renowned gospel artist Francis Ejay, a role she had held for 10 years before launching her solo career. Dinah shared that her passion for singing began very early in life, hence why she jumped at the opportunity that played a crucial role in her career. Take a look.
All that time, I wouldn't say I was singing for anything until Francis Ejay, who was in my church, kind of discovered me and added me to his team. And that's when we first did Metro Botembi. I was in JSS then. And then between JSS and secondary school, I had enough time to spend with him on gigs and studio and all of that. And so when I went to Ghana National College, we had an album in our name, as in Francis had an album in his name, and I was his backing vocalist. And so I did that. I sang with him for 10 years.
Wrapping up, a judge has denied bail to Sean Diddy Combs after a jury convicted the hip-hop mogul of transportation to engage in prostitution, but acquitted him of the most serious charges, racketeering and sex trafficking. Lawyers for the recording artist have argued that he posed no flight risk, pointing out his jet is being chartered in Hawaii. But judge cited Combs' history of violence as he ruled the rapper must remain behind bars until sentencing later this year, when he faces up to 20 years in prison. In a newly 2-month federal trial in New York, prosecutors accused Combs of using his celebrity status and business empire to run a criminal enterprise to sex traffic women. A panel of 12 jurors deliberated for 13 hours before acquitting Combs of 3 of the 5 most serious charges. He will continue to be held at the same federal jail in Brooklyn, where he has been detained since last September. The sentencing has tentatively scheduled for 3rd October. And that's how we wrap Showbiz. My name is Loishola Adeyemi, MFA.
Thank you, Shola, for bringing us updates. Such a sad situation. But thank you as well for staying with us all through the news. I'm MFA Akusiadeti. For more news, please log on to myjoyonline.com and stay for Marketplace. Daryl Kwal comes up.